Fight fans, welcome. We are here live in St. Louis, Missouri at Bally Sports Live here in Ballpark Village. Tonight we have a great lineup for Nemesis Fighting Alliance NFA13. We're going to talk about a couple of the fights before we get into it. Let's start off with the ladies. We have Joy Connolly versus Julia Boyd. I'm joined here with Jordan Dowdy, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and ex-Bellator fighter. What is your thoughts on it?
I think that's going to be a very entertaining fight. Both new, one's making her debut, one's had some experience. Girl fights are fun because they usually have to be more technical. They're a little meaner than the dudes too, but most of the times whenever you see them, they're always very highly entertaining.
Next to me on the other side is this good-looking fellow, ex-COC vet, Adam Sella. What do you think about it?
So, Lance, Jordan hit it right on the head. The women come out and they put on a show every time here at Nemesis. They're always looking to steal the show. And I look forward to seeing what these two ladies are going to bring to the cage.
Sounds good. A fight that I know that Adam is excited about. We have a kickboxing match, Dan Harina versus Noah Zahn.
Yeah, Dan Harina is a friend of mine, so we got to be very, impartial with this call. But it's kickboxing. That's the good stuff. You know, you watch these on the screen, and when it hits the ground, people kind of they boo this and that. There's going to be none of that in this fight. If you've ever seen Dan Harina fight, you know he comes out throwing haymakers, bombs. It doesn't matter. He's looking for a finish, whether it's the first minute or the last second.
Absolutely. Jordan, your thoughts on it?
Yeah, Dan really loves the fight. Does it just for fun, but he comes to put on a show. He's going to go out on his shield if he has to, but he's facing a young, tall, lanky Noah Zahn. I've trained with Noah before. I trained with Dan years ago, but Noah knows how to use his jab. And if he's been working in the gym, I'm excited to see what a guy like that can do, because he's someone you see and you're like, if he keeps putting in the work, he can become a real prospect. So that one's going to be very entertaining, I think.
Absolutely. Did you guys see his hair? He's got cardinal red and blues blue. All right, next after that, we do have a welterweight title bout. It is for the, is this one for the vacated? This one's for the vacated. Interim title fight. It's welterweight. It's Jacob Fry versus Jacob Hiley.
Jacob Hiley, very talented. I was watching him move in there earlier. Very smooth with his movements. Can switch leads. He can wrestle. He's fighting on the Smith bit, and he's one of those guys I just mentioned. Noah Zahn could turn into a prospect. Jacob Hiley is definitely a prospect, taking on another guy from Kansas City who's supposed to give him the test, which is what you want in these fights. So I'm very excited for that one too.
Absolutely, Adam.
Yeah, both these guys, young up-and-comers. This is what you want in not just an interim title fight, but a title fight. This is supposed to be the cream of the crop. Who's ready to take that next step to the next level? Both these guys, they're going to bring the heat, they're going to bring the action, and that has Fight of the Night written all over it. But with a stacked card like this, you never know what you're going to get.
We always expect the title fights to be bangers, so hopefully it will be. Now, a fight that I'm very excited for, our middleweight title. We have Chris Connors and Corey Donovan, both undefeated. Somebody's always got to go.
This is the one I'm most excited for the entire card. Corey Donovan has looked amazing. Gets better with every fight.
Absolutely.
Explosive, has put people away. And he's fighting tough Chris Connors out of St. Charles MMA, which I've heard nothing but good things about this kid. Hanging with the pros. He's one of these guys that showed up, picked up the game real quick, listens to coaching, and he's at 4-0. I mean, I think this is the one that's going to steal the show today.
I agree. I'm excited a lot about this one. Adam?
Yeah, Lance, Jordan, Corey Donovan, we've seen him. He's amazing. He is the top of the food chain when it comes to this division, especially at this level. But coming out of, his opponent's coming out of St. Charles MMA. Great gym.
Amazing gym.
Great coaches, great training partners. They still have that old school, hard-nosed grind when they practice. So there's something to be said for that. So both these guys looking to put on a show and get that W.
Well, and both have beaten some good talent as well. And then we got our main event. It's a pro lightweight battle between Ontario Gladney and Michael Banks.
Yeah, both guys are 1-1, so someone's going to have a winning record when the night's over.
Somebody's going to
have more stuff to work on. We got a long, tall-looking lightweight striker, it looks like.
Yeah.
And it looks like a pretty even fight. I know you said one guy took this on shorter notice.
Yes, so Banks came in due to an injury to Irfan. Yes.
So if he was training for another fight, he'll be in shape. But if they're young, they keep in shape in the gym. Yeah. I think we're in for a good fight there too.
Yeah, Adam?
Yeah, and when you got somebody that's long and lanky like for a weight class specifically, they're going to keep that jab long. You would think they're going to keep that jab long, teep kicks, things like that, leg kicks, keep the distance. But I think I saw him in the back working on some takedowns, shooting one to clinch up like that, which is kind of crazy. But you never know. At this pro level, you got elbows, you got knees, all this kind of crazy stuff. I see them mixing this whole match up, so you're going to see everything all in the main event.
Well, when knees and elbows, you got to worry about cuts too. I mean,
exactly.
You got to be very strategic. We'll be live on pay-per-view. You can get it at nemesisfightingalliance.com. and we can talk to you some more.
Listen, kill it from the beginning. I got respect 100s and all the skills I got from marching and tech. Intricate lyricism, but still a scholar at best. Honoring those who fall, and I take my arms and I stretch them high to the ceiling as I start my reps. Too much weight, gotta get these bars off my chest. Now I'm one with my spirit of feeling you can't touch. Once again, if it ain't too much, everybody put your hands up. Hands up, every single time you stand up. Stand tough, let them know they can't beat us. Beat us, yeah, I bet they can't stand us. Stand us. It was 90% inspiring. Part of it was the confidence. If it wasn't for your acknowledgement, the scholar of mine, product of entertainment. Make some noise, St. Louis! Product of entertainment. Product of entertainment.
St. Louis, Missouri, how you feeling tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and rise for the playing of our national anthem by Addison Brocker of St. Louis's own Discrepancies. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live around the world tonight on NemesisFightingAlliance.com from Valley Sports Live inside Ballpark Village here in St. Louis, Missouri for NFA13. Tonight's event is brought to you in part by the United States Marine Corps, Holsey Roofing, and Unrivaled Realty, Brad Carey Realtor. Tonight's bouts are sanctioned by the Missouri Office of Athletics, overseen tonight by Executive Director Tim Lukanoff. Your judges cage side tonight, Rob Francis, Robin Veal, and Jason Carr. Your referees in charge of the action once we begin, Brandon Anderson and the Dwayne Bess. Your timekeeper tonight is Keith Bell, and your physician, octagon side tonight, Dr. Melvin Macklin. Back to Lance DeClue and the broadcast team.
Hi, fight fans. Welcome. Once again, I am Lance DeClue. I'm joined by Jordan Dowdy and Adam Sulla. We'll be calling the fights for you. We got a lot of great fights. We're going to send it back up to the voice of Nemesis Fighting Alliance, Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, to kick off tonight's event, please welcome, making their way to the cage, Jake Kaiser.
Guys, we got Jake Kaiser coming out. First fight here at Ballpark Village. He's got to, he's got a big task ahead of him to set this pace, right? He thinks he's going to do that by being a little bit taller for this weight class. He's tall, long, lanky. He wants to, as he says, maintain the bubble. We discussed kind of what that means. We think that's going to be kind of keeping that range, you know, inside his bubble or outside his bubble, kind of how he, you know, how he wants to do it. You know, he thinks he needs to use that jab. He's come from a great gym with Wise Warriors. We talked about that with Ray Norris out there. 1-1. He's got a good knockout on his win. He's a very talented guy, young, up-and-comer, and I think, you know, this is the way to start the show.
Well, and due to a last-minute dropout, he's actually kind of jumping up 2 weight classes as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had a last-minute fill-in for this. So they're actually fighting at a catch weight of 200. Normally he's a 170 here. The other guy didn't weigh in the other guy only weighed in about 10 pounds more than him, so hopefully that won't be a whole big discrepancy. But yeah, he's got a little bit of a task ahead of him.
Well, in his debut, he fought up in weight classes too. So this is
that is true.
And he has fun with it.
He does.
Yeah, and the one thing that Jake said is his jiu-jitsu is significantly better than Anthony Gillock. He said so you know that tells me he thinks he's going to get this right to the ground and it's going to be a quick finish.
Well, and an insight too. This is actually Toby's teammate he's fighting. So you know Anthony's going to be looking for some revenge for the gym as well.
And that was a woman making his way to the cage, Anthony Gillock.
All right, Anthony Gillock goes way down here. His keys to winning after he took this fight. Look, stay calm, control, good goals, and also try to get inside on the taller opponent. His fighting style is just wrestler. He said he's a lot more comfortable listening to kickboxing. Looked up the PSP, but he said wrestling will be different.
Well, he's going to use his wrestling while Jake's going to use his jiu-jitsu. We'll see what wins. We'll see what's going to be the deciding factor here. Obviously, one of these guys, you know, both these guys want to get it on the ground. Let's see what they're going to do. Are they going to take, you know, is the wrestling going to win? Is the jiu-jitsu going to win? You know, we say that, but how many times does this turn into a strike fest?
Exactly.
A strike fest.
Yeah, they're going to try to do the classic ground battle, is what we're thinking, and that usually turns into a brawl. You're not wrong.
Yeah, this will be a good fight. And as you see, these guys clearly a little bit different in weight, but you know they both knew what they were getting into.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in an NFA catchweight bout. Brought to you tonight by the United States Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5'11", weighed in 183.5 pounds. Yields an amateur record, 1 win, 1 defeat. Representing Wise Warriors MMA and fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Jake the Entertainer Kaiser. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a wrestler standing 5'10", weighed in 195 pounds. Tonight he's making his amateur debut. Training independently and fighting out of Carlinville, Illinois, Anthony Gillock. Your referee is Brandon Anderson.
Absolutely, yeah. He stepped in last minute. Roll Fight fans, we are live on Facebook right now, and here we go.
Valley Sports, Ballpark Village.
Filling each other out right now.
I'd like to see Kaiser get that jab pumping a little bit quicker though. You know, don't just throw it out there. Actually snap it.
Yeah, I'd like to see him set up those kicks a little bit better. But both of them seem a little timid. Filling out process.
Ooh, big right hand.
Anthony
Left hook missed. The right hand landed. The uppercuts are finding the home. Nice outside leg kick. Jake Kaiser staying calm.
Yeah,
I'd say, yeah. He shrugged him off a bit and shook his head yes, like, okay.
Well, that just tells me that, you know, that again, we just, you know, bounce back to that gym at Wise Warriors. The way that they train, they're ready for almost anything.
That is true.
I don't like Jake the Key. He keeps dropping his head like that, and I think that Gillock's going to time that uppercut. He's looking for it.
Yeah, it almost looks like he had that scouted. He keeps throwing that uppercut, and Jake's ducking right into it.
Yeah, but this is a short notice fight. You can't, I mean, he probably didn't have time to scout anything.
Well, he did fight his ex-teammate, though.
True.
Jake covered up pretty good there. Most of those look like they missed. Good leg kick.
Spent some checks early on Kaiser's lead leg, and then also they just banged knees.
Oh, he's dropped. Steps right in. Big left hook ended this fight quick and early. Jake Kaiser You know, that could have been a little bit of an early stoppage.
I was thinking that, yeah.
But you know, when you see a big shot like that land and the fighter falls right away, obviously first instinct is safety first.
The way he felt was hard to know until the ref got over there.
100%. That's what I was gonna say. Is the way he felt was straight back, hands kind of straight out. You know, and that was a heavy shot.
Yes. Right? Yeah. You know, he's going up against a bigger boy, too. There it is right there. On the replay, yep, we caught him with a hook. Still set up that uppercut. Threw a lead hook off.
It was a nice, clean hook. It didn't look like it was the most solid, but then again, there is a big weight difference here.
There is, yeah.
So,
and you don't know how hard that uppercut hit. He may have already been a little rattled.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, they both pretty easy. Jaker's kind of a little bit overwhelmed there for starting the game. Well, and we talked about, you know, we thought it was going to be a ground matchup, and ended up there was more of a brawl.
Well, the way his face was turned, he almost was looking directly at that hook, and when those hit you directly on the chin like that, it's going to send you back on your ass.
That magical button.
A big knockout. I guess that's knocked out of the night.
Yeah, well, on our Facebook.
Uncontested.
Let's send that up to Mike Kendall to bring this one home.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Brandon Anderson, calls a stop to this fight. 1 minute, 13 seconds into the very first round, declaring your winner by TKO, Anthony Gillock.
So, guys, that was a great way to start this fight. This card here at Ballpark Village, Valley Sports, downtown St. Louis. It doesn't get much bigger than this.
It's a cool venue.
Yeah, beautiful venue. For those that are watching us live on Facebook, you want to continue to watch these great action fights, you can join us at NemesisFightingAlliance.com. That's where you can buy the pay-per-view. We get to talk to you a little bit more, and you get to see a lot more action.
Yeah, I definitely suggest getting online, getting the pay-per-view. We've got a stacked card. This card is stacked. It's got 3 or 4, as we've already said, fight of the night candidates. So this is going to be a hell of a show, boys.
Yeah, well, with a great venue, you want a great card. That's what we tried to do.
And I think this is why Nemesis Fighting Alliance is the premier MMA organization here in St. Louis. Look at the venue. Look at the crowd. Sold out crowd. The tickets were sold out weeks in advance. This doesn't happen.
The undercard is stacked too. All of our undercards have been wildly entertaining. It's good to meet these people in their debuts like this because I remember their faces and they keep coming back, and I'll follow them, and I know they keep training, but these undercards have been stellar.
Well, the fans start picking up. The fans are having their favorites. You get to see some of your favorites fight each other. Yeah, it's great. Again, NemesisFightingAlliance.com, so we can get the pay-per-view and get to hear us talk a lot more. So we're going to go back to Mike Kendall now for our next fight.
And now, making his way the NFA cage, Jeremiah Jones.
So, guys, we got Jeremiah Jones here. This is a flyweight bout, but he's 6 feet tall. 6 feet for a flyweight is very, very tall. He tells us that he has got more stamina than his opponent, Zach McCoy. That's going to get tested right here. This is his debut fight. He doesn't know what his stamina is. He's never had a fight. You know, he said he has really good footwork, really good head movement. So I look for him to be a pretty slick boxer. You know, all that could change when you get punched in the face. We never know. But, you know,
so this is another kid. He was on me about getting a fight. We had another last-minute dropout. He was ready. He said, no, I'm ready. Like, you know, week's notice, let's do this. He came from Oklahoma City, and he's ready to show what he's got.
Well, what he says is one of his biggest inspirations, and this is kind of crazy being a young kid, his biggest inspiration is Frank Shamrock. Frank Shamrock's an old school guy that some of the older guys our age don't know who that is. But Frank Shamrock was a gamer, couple weight division world champion.
He was one of the first to put it together.
I was going to say one of the first well-rounded fighters.
But I look forward to Jeremiah Jones here being the taller, longer fighter. Hopefully, he keeps that range.
And now his opponent making his way to the cage, Zach McCoy.
All right, Zach McCoy coming to us out of DeSoto Athletics. Says his fighting style is smash jitsu. Is that the Undertaker thing?
It is.
That's well done there. So his keys to victory, he only put one word, smash. He has a decision victory over Nico Paridis in his last match, and I remember watching him. Yeah. He was scrappy in that fight. He was confident.
Very good,
and for a debut, that was very impressive. He says now, different from last fight, he's meaner, which I thought he was pretty mean last time. His will, heart, size, and strength is what he says is going to win. And He says his one hope is that he whoops ass on guitar and he hopes he doesn't break his hand tonight.
There you go.
Well, so here's the thing. Zach McCoy, I actually cornered Nico for that fight. Nico's a good friend of mine. Zach was his debut fight, very calm, very composed. But dug down deep to get that dog in that fight. You know, that was
Willpower.
it was a great debut fight. And I'm just gonna on a personal note to come out to the Undertaker's theme song. That takes some balls.
Yeah.
That takes some balls, and he's got them.
Well, and a little insight too, what a lot of people don't realize. Like, I was actually training this kid when he was a kid. Like a kid. So he's been training a long time. He just obviously had to wait until he was 18 to make a debut. And like we said, I think it's safe to say he was the underdog in the hype game, and he came out and didn't care.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NFA flyweight division. Brought to you tonight by Halsey Roofing. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This grappler stands 6 foot tall, weighing in 129 pounds. Tonight, he's making his amateur debut. Training independently and fighting out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Jeremiah, the Jerry Meister Jones. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a smash jitsu style fighter standing 5'11", weight in 126.6 pounds. Yields an amateur record 1 win, 0 defeats. Representing DeSoto Athletics and fighting out of DeSoto, Missouri, Zach the American Zombie McCoy. Your referee is the Dwayne Bess.
The American Zombie.
Yeah, he's showing that swagger again.
Different, yeah.
I'm like I said, so I was watching Jeremiah kind of stretch. He looks like he's double jointed.
He is. He said he's double jointed almost everywhere, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be interesting because if Zach tries some submissions, they may not work. There's the takedown.
He's got a lot back of the head there.
He's got a headlock. It looks like
That's
he's trying to roll
something
him.
you got to tell the referee beforehand, though. He's kind of got almost like a like a head and arm choke.
Yeah.
But his head's in, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's like a headlock almost. It's like he's trying to roll him with a headlock. He's trying to get his hooks in.
This is a weird,
There we go.
a side arm triangle, weird grappling exchange here.
Yeah, that's more of a crank than anything. That's just pain.
Yeah. Oh, there's some blood. It looks like an eyebrow cut. Dripping pretty good. If he can get on top and get some of that in Zach's face, that can hinder Zach's vision.
That's like nice really good
Oh,
shake.
there it is. Yep. There it is.
It's not
Yeah.
super tight, but it
worked. Zach is another impressive winner.
He looks like he's saying, where he at? I don't know who he's talking to.
I'm not sure he's calling out, yeah.
Yeah,
Kid-
he wants somebody.
This kid's got some moxie.
He's trying to make a job easier. Right?
Yeah, he is. No kidding. I'll have to play that back, try to figure out what he was saying. So we're gonna get Adam Sella up there. He's gonna leave our booth for a second to go get an interview in.
Hey, ask him where he wants to fight.
Yeah. Make sure you can figure that out, so us the fans can know. All right, we're gonna take a look at the replay. Yeah, arch in the back.
Yeah, after he got there on the back and he let his head go, it was over.
It was over, yeah. Jeremiah had a decent scramble. It just ended up on the wrong part of it.
Zach McCoy is dying.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's exciting, and he knows it. For the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee the Dwayne Bess calls a stop to the fight in 55 seconds of the very first round, declaring a winner by tap out in a rear naked choke, Zach the American Zombie McCoy.
See if Adam can figure out what he's trying to say.
I'm here with your winner, Zach McCoy.
Chris Larugo, you are a fucking dead man. Pull out the next fight, motherfucker. What's your purple belt, bitch? I'll fucking submit you.
All right, that answered all the questions. I didn't know what you said. You, sir, you're a great guy. You're a little bit of a lunatic. I dig it, bud. I dig
I
it.
get that a lot.
Good fight. Good fight. Zach McCoy, everybody.
Hey, shout out to Nico Caritas, bro. You're still my buddy.
I still am not sure I knew what he said.
Yeah, I didn't catch the name. Couple good first fights.
Yeah, it's like we had some. Yeah, we got our submission of the night and our knockout of the night so far.
Zach's turning into a prospect here for sure. I'm interested to see what he's going to bring next. So, did you catch the name?
I have no clue who he said.
Just went off.
I have no clue who he said. But hey, since we have no idea what he said, how'd I look?
Yeah.
You look good.
No, you know what? I like the fire. I like the drive. Calm it down just a little bit. But you know, and he's learning though. But that was a good fight. Second fight, good fight. Step up that competition just a little bit, and we'll see what's next.
Absolutely. So we're gonna take a look at triple review.
There's Toby. He's looking for a great having fun with it. He does have a lot more experience than his opponent coming in now. And Gino Reeves, who was begging to fight.
Begging, yeah. Like past 3 fight cards.
But Toby right here, what he was taking on Greg Lawhorn, that was a good win for him. That was the one that kind of got him a little bit of momentum going the other way. He was injured in this fight. This is the fight he tripped and injured himself warming up.
Yes.
Yeah. We remember that asinine move when he fell right out of the back of the cage.
So.
And to this day, we don't let him live it down. I told him he's probably never going to live it down. So.
Oh, he'll never live it down. That's why when he was warming up, they made sure that the cage door was
There
locked.
was, yeah. He had a coach by each door, and then there's people on the outside too.
But he still won.
Oh yeah, for
There's
sure.
a lot of guys that would have had that happen and found any way out.
All right, let's go to Mike Kendall. Bring in this next fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, on now to our third bout of tonight's event. Please welcome, making his way to the NFA cage, Gino Reeves.
Gino Reeves coming out, guys. 5'7", shorter, thick guy. You know, he fights hard, he moves his head. He's got jiu-jitsu. Comes out of Wolves Den is where he said he's from. Jordan, you trained at Wolves Den? So.
He's not from Wolves Den.
Okay, so.
He's like, right. He was back in the old, remember the old Southside Fight Club? He started there. I think he just joined Wolves Den or is going to.
Yeah, and you know what he says? He loves this atmosphere. He loves fighting. He's fought ever since he was a kid. You know, I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably not a sanctioned fight. Probably grew up always getting in scraps, stuff like that. A lot of these guys come that way. His favorite fighter is Mike Tyson, so you know he's got to try to emulate that pit bull mentality. He said he has great boxing and jiu-jitsu. He's got a big heart, so there should be no quitting Gino Reeves. But he does have a tough test ahead of him with Toby Gavillo.
Absolutely, like you said, the big experience difference. I did say I just warned Gino that I was going to talk about this. He has a tap out tattoo. I told him we were going to talk about that. So. Yeah. No, he said he was young and wasn't thinking.
A lot of mistakes can be
That
made.
was the brand back in the day.
It
until
was
it got
the brand.
ruined.
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that was the underground logo. It was sold at shows. It was like, it was the taboo thing. If you had one,
They
you were one of
sponsored all the top guys.
So they sponsored one of my coaches and your training partner, Luigi Fioravani.
Yeah.
So he was sponsored by them. He used to tell me how they were paying him $10,000 or $15,000 to go sit at a show like this. How cool would that be?
You know what?
That'd be
It's been long enough. We're bringing back enough nostalgic shit. Why don't we bring back Tap Out?
Yeah,
So,
there you go.
so obviously Matt, the head of Tap Out, had passed away years ago. They are still a brand. They sponsor mostly like WWE stuff. They've got it's almost like
Never mind.
it's not. Oh, come on, Jordan. The Undertaker was just here. The Undertaker was just here.
It was like a WrestleMania match. But no, yeah, he's been begging the past 3 or 4 fights. He really wanted to fight. He wants to show us what he has. Yeah,
Squeaky wheel gets the grease, man.
absolutely.
Making his way to the cage, Toby Gavillo.
Here we go. Toby here. Matt Hughes is in attendance. He's using Matt Hughes in walkouts. So, Toby, listed as a veteran of 7 fights. He may even have more than that, but he's looking to push the pace, control the cage, gas this opponent out. Toby's put in the work, so he's going to have the cardio. Says it's top notch. He's been working with a lot of pros. His hard cardio will be the difference, and he wants to put together a win streak. That's his big thing. His favorite fighter he looks up to the most is Matt Hughes, who's here. I believe he's done a little bit of training with the men there because they're in that northern part of the metro area in Illinois that's like all closer to Hillsboro. We'll be interested to see what he's been working on, what he's going to bring in tonight, because he always loves to fight.
Well, you know, he's a scary-looking guy, but he's actually a really nice guy.
Oh, he's tremendously nice.
Tremendously nice guy. But he does look scary. So I think we say that every time he comes out. Looks like a bodybuilder.
Yeah. He definitely has a lot of power. We've seen that in a couple of his fights where he's actually connected with a couple of dangerous shots.
This could be one of those fights, honestly. Both men, it could be whoever connects first.
Yep, and when Toby gets them backing up and he's circling them like he did against Greg Lawhorn, that's usually his best bet right there. It's getting him to back up that we've seen a little bit of issues on, but whenever he can press and put his opponents back on that cage, keep his distance, that's when he's had success.
Yeah, when he's the aggressor, he's much better than trying to counter. I agree with that 100%.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NFA light heavyweight division. Brought to you tonight by Unrivaled Realty, Brad Carey Realtor. And now introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5'6", weight in 205 pounds. Tonight he is making his amateur debut. Representing Wolf's Den and fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, G-Smoke Gino Reeves. His opponent across the cage fighting out of the red corner is a boxer wrestler standing 5'11", weight in 203.8 pounds. Yields an amateur record to win 6 defeats. Representing Mix It Up MMA and Alton Family Martial Arts, fighting out of Bunker Hill, Illinois, Toby Bangavillo. Your referee, Brand Ederson.
Well, guys, we got a tap-out tattoo, a country boy can't survive walkout, and Matt Hughes in attendance. What year is it?
Very nostalgic.
Well, he's also wearing Tito Ortiz punishment athletic shorts.
Oh, he sure is.
Oh,
So
wow.
let's just throw that throwback there.
Touch of the glove?
Right in.
Toby looks nice and composed. I think Gino lands one. Man, that was too quick of a stoppage. We gotta figure that out.
That was pretty cool.
Well, it was strange because he kind of turtled up and put both hands on his ears.
He turtled up, but that
Yeah,
was
the fans
really
are letting me know.
stoppage.
Fans are letting me know.
Well, Gino Reeves, I think, came out here with a bucket list, to be quite honest, of being in an MMA fight, training for it, getting on that card, getting that win. He came out, he did that, right? It's not his job whether the referee stops or not.
He did what he needed
So
to do.
the uppercut had him leave his feet.
He covered up, but he was not intelligently defending himself. It was too quick. That was too quick of a stoppage.
Couple back there too.
See what I mean? He didn't even land another shot.
But that's not Gino's fault. Gino did exactly what he needed to
100%.
do. That's on the referee.
The referee and his shenanigans,
Yep.
we need to stop. Ruining my night.
That's two. Yeah, that's kind of two.
Yeah.
We were the first one we were borderline. That one, yeah. I disagree with the stoppage, but you know we're not paid to ref, so. Congratulations to Gino.
Yeah, that'd be great if he got a tap out. But we'll send it to Mike Kendall to bring it home.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Brandon Anderson calls a stop to this fight in just 17 seconds of the very first round. Declaring your winner by TKO, G-Smoke Gino Reeves.
It's not his fault. He did what he did, but look how calm he is with the win, the debut win here, you know?
Well, it's probably one of those almost surreal feelings, right?
Yep.
Because if you look at all of the stats and all the paperwork he filled out, independent fighter, you know, favorite fighters, or, you know, he grew up fighting all this stuff. He's wearing the punishment shorts. He comes out with a tap-out tattoo. This is probably a lifelong dream of his.
Yeah.
But you know he trained for the fight.
Absolutely.
He trained, he came in prepared, and he got the win. So
this is also another example, though, you can't look at the body and figure out who's going to win.
No.
You know, body types do not matter. There's been some killers that you wouldn't think even step into a gym, you know, and that's why we have the fights. All right, guys, we got big boys coming up.
Oh yeah, we got the heavyweight.
Yeah, we do. They both weigh 260.
I'm not wasting any time. Mike Kendall, bring it in.
On now to our fourth bout of the night, please welcome, making his way to the blue corner, Lamont Watson.
Sweet Feet Watson. This is a big boy. Coming out of East St. Louis, guys. He says for being his size, he has stamina. And we see who's in his corner. Johansson is an OG veteran of the game, great coach, always has his guys prepared. You know, the Flagger Fight Systems, they really work on their technique. And when they train, they want to be consistent, right? They're not bouncing all over the place. So I hope that Lamont hope Sweet Feet brings in a game plan that he's been working on. It's consistent because we're going to see it win. He loves to fight. His goal is to get down to 200 pounds. That is definitely possible with the training. Jordan, you and I, Lance retired 13 years ago, but you and I have trained for a very long time. It's hard training. You diet right and work your butt off, you'll get there.
Yep, you gotta sleep well too. But one thing I've noticed about this camp he's out of Flagger Fight Systems, the mat is getting more people on it. They are growing. They're getting more. This is his debut. We're gonna have more debuts out of that gym. But this is what you want to see. You see a little bit of success here, kind of like with Ray's gym.
Yeah. He says the fun fact about him is trains 24/7. He doesn't sleep, he just trains, that's it.
Yeah, he needs to get some sleep.
His way to the red corner, Toby Schimmel.
Toby Schimmel, fighting style, Putnam combat striking, but training camp, Pedigo submission fighting. There are a lot of gyms that are affiliated with Pedigo. If he's actually in one of those that's close to it and he's getting training with that squad, those guys are tough, mentally tough. They know how to wrestle. They have the pedigrees. They have the people in there that will, not even just the main gym in Mount Vernon. Some of the tertiary ones around the Midwest, they're also tough grinders, and they have lineage. So one of the things he's looking at is that he's going to love the experience here. So as he's 0-0, like you said, big guys, right? These guys are always fun because it's either a first-round finish or it's a 3-round battle. He says his keys to victory are composure, cardio, and accuracy. Composure is the hard one to do in a debut because I've seen some guys do it very well. Some other guys, myself, my first match, scared to death. Never going to do it again. 2 weeks later, fought again.
That sounds about right.
This one is an education. It is a baptism by fire. What is my cardio? Do I really want to do this? My friends are watching. It's the best learning experience you'll ever have.
Well, like you said, a lot of times, too, when it's your first fight, no matter how hard you train, you really don't know how you're going to react because you haven't done it before. Like you said, sometimes you be scared, the nerves could get in, or sometimes muscle memory does kick in for you.
Yeah, but if you're watching those fight guys, the big thing I see is the height difference. You know, Lamont Watson wrote down he's 5'6". That is extremely short for any weight class. I don't care what weight class you're in unless you're a flyweight, that's extremely short. But what we have seen is those guys that are built like that tend to have big looping overhand rights or lefts and a lot of power in them.
Yes.
So I hope Toby tries to, use that range and that distance.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NFA heavyweight division, brought to you tonight by Ace Inspection Service. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This wrestler stands 5'6", weighed in 260 pounds. Tonight, he makes his amateur debut. Representing Flagger Fight Systems and fighting out of East St. Louis, Illinois, Lamont Sweet Feet Watson. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a Putnam combat striker standing 6'1", weighed in 260.8 pounds. Tonight, he's making his amateur debut. Representing PSF and fighting out of Moequa, Illinois, Toby Schimmel. Your referee once again, Brandon Anderson.
Well, you guys were talking about lineage. I do want to say, the Flagger Fight System, that's a Steve Berger lineage, right?
Yes, it is. It's always Wise Warriors. But the Pedigo guys, I don't think they would put anybody in a fight that wasn't ready.
No, I agree with that, yeah.
Sweet Feet looking to show some power here. Both these guys are very composed for right at the start of the fight. Big right hand. Wow. Sweet Feet showing some skill, brother.
He said he moves good for heavyweight. He ain't lying. He's not lying.
I like that switch stance right there.
That was pretty. Smacked him on the ear, too. You know, that didn't feel good. That was a good jab. He's got that jab up there, and he's got that hand up. He's already been popped a couple of times. Dropping that front ain't going to help him. Ooh, good body kick.
Toby.
Oh, there we go. Oh. Yep.
Aggression.
Oh, good knee. Oh, good hook.
Wow, Toby's showing that power right there.
Yeah, Toby's bullying him around a little bit. He got tired of getting hit.
Nice left uppercut from Sweet Feet sneaking through.
Oh,
big
nice
right
pop.
hand right on the side of the head.
He's protecting
Left hook
himself.
by Sweet Feet. These boys are going.
They got chins.
Listen to this crowd. They're loving it.
These boys are banging. They got some good chins, too. There's been some nice, solid hits. They're just shrugging it off.
Watson's going to that switch one.
And now they're gonna catch their breath a bit. Wait for the explosion again.
Watson's good, guys. I'm impressed so far.
Yeah, no, this is.
He's showing a little bit of stand-up skills. He showed a little bit of head movement with that defense. Then he took a nice shot on the right on that temple. It looked like he went right through it.
Well, you talked about those short guys with the overhand rights. Roy Nelson made a career out of that, so it can be done. And that's what he's doing. He's ducking and coming up over.
Ooh,
nice kick. Yeah.
That right hand just missed out.
Let's say a lot of those did miss.
Those uppercuts
are finding a home.
He got Toby off him.
That left uppercut in the dirty boxing is landing.
Toby tried to boil him. Oh! Toby tried to boil him. Lamont said not today. There he's got. Oh, nice uppercuts.
But they're hitting arms. He's blocking them with arms.
Yep.
Nice defense out of Sweet Feet.
Yeah. I am very impressed. I'm impressed with both these guys, really. For heavyweights, they are going at it.
He just tried to snap him down. He was like,
nope.
See, when that happens, though, Jordan, I think you like this too. That snap down, when they pop their head back up, I blast in on a double.
Yes.
Lance doesn't grapple, so he has no idea.
Anymore.
That
would have been my go-to. I like the ground a lot better than get hit in the head. I was the opposite of you, Adam.
It's the second time he's hit that switch kick.
Toby act like it didn't affect him, though. Oh, he's just missing. Yeah, he's just missing.
Oh, nice.
He's back up. He didn't stay down long.
They slipped on the mat. Great first round.
Yeah, he's called timeout. We're good. I was about to say he did not stop. Wow.
Can you guys hear
Oh,
this
my
crowd?
goodness.
Wow.
They are erupting here in St. Louis.
Hey guys, fight it like you'll fight. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But no, I think this right here is what the fans come out to see. Two heavyweights just swinging.
Normally it's a don't blink or they're out, or it's a grind. It's just non-stop action, which you don't see a lot with heavyweights. This has been phenomenal. Goodness gracious. Look at this. Here we are, beautiful Valley Sports Live in Ballpark Village.
Jam-packed.
Look at that, sardines there. Here we go, round two, man. Let's hope it's like the first one. That was fun. They're both breathing good.
Well, they both have great
Look at
great
Lamont
stamina.
over there.
Yeah, Lamont dancing. He's like, let's do this.
That's that river. Oh, he needs his mouthpiece.
Toby looked good. He had just missed with a couple. They were very close. He just missed with a couple.
What I like, timeout, Lance, I didn't have to. Lamont needed his mouthpiece, but instead of grabbing it through the cage, he just bit it with his hands. You have fingers available. Toby looks a little worried because Lamont ate his best shots.
Yeah.
And he got a little wobbled at the end there.
He's looking for that kick again. Yep. He's throwing a switch kick, and he's also switching and throwing a jab, trying to land something off of that.
And that's actually something I started picking up later in the career when I was with Zach up at Ignite MMA now. That was something new to me. But Jordan, you've done that switch stance stuff for a long time.
Yeah, I showed it to you.
Right back up. Lamont's not going to the ground. He said, no, we're banging.
Oh,
wow. Nice. He finally connected with it. Both these guys are eating some big shots, man.
You know, Lamont did a really good job of blocking with that, almost like that Tito Ortiz, how he used his hands and arms to block it. Oh! Big right.
He came back
right
really
back
quick.
up. Yeah, I think that caught him
flashes.
leaning backwards more than anything. It was just on the button.
He's a little wobbly. Well, honestly, Lamont wobbled a little bit there. I think they're both feeling it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they're both tired. There's a lot of weight. Oh!
Well, when you fight like a 25er but weigh 260, it's a little hard on you. Yeah, they're like, let's take a breather, and then we'll go at it again.
Look at the well.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking that.
Toby's spitting when he throws now. Yeah, he's a little gun shy. He's ducking a bit.
Might have quite a head up.
Lamont's not throwing quite as hard now, though.
Oh, that
Lamont
got
is
him back.
wobbled
Lamont
right
is
there.
wobbly.
Big right hand. Kobe needs to jump on him.
What a
Right now, I think Lamont
fight.
might be hurt a little bit.
Lamont has a whelp on his head right by his temple.
Lamont might be hurt a little bit.
He got some
But
blood coming out of his mouth, too.
Toby's gas tank is touching that E button.
Yeah, that lean back. So that lean back's gotten Lamont in a little bit of trouble. He's not leaning back quite as fast as he was. We'll
Nice
step
left
in.
hook.
Yeah, I think both these boys are hurting a bit.
Oh, that
good
body
kick.
shot.
If
That
these
body
are two
kick.
debut guys, truly, you never know anymore. The Central Fitness Online or if they get boxing fights. This is amazing.
Yeah, you included like an adrenaline dump and all that in there. Okay, so you see that. If Toby can feint, yeah, there it is. I was say if he could feint and then come in.
Well, see, these guys being so heavy, they got so much power that even though they're tired, they can close their eyes, throw a shot, and if it touches, it could be nice, lights out.
Lamont looks like he's got his whereabouts back.
He needs to go find that dirty uppercut.
Yep. I was waiting on that.
Nice jab.
These boys are bloodied up too.
Toby's just looking for that one shot
kick kick. Nice.
to the hip.
Toby said, "Hey now." It's like you're making me have to walk back to you. I'm already tired.
Just 10 seconds left.
Listen to this crowd. The crowd is erupting. This has been an amazing heavyweight fight. I don't even know.
Wow.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, these guys are just. I think round one was Lamont. The second round, Toby probably. I mean, these guys are just banging.
Yeah, it's hard.
Oh.
It's cliche, but I think we're all winning this. Just watch
Yeah.
it, so.
We're getting some replay action here.
Yeah, here they mixed up.
Nice takedown, but Lamont got right back up.
Yeah.
A little stare off.
Big drop. Lamont got back up real fast.
Wow, this guy both just eating it. Both just eating it. Wow.
To get up like this real quick was huge. If he wouldn't have got up and Toby could have put his weight on him there, they might have spent the rest of the round there.
Absolutely, yeah. And then he would have been carrying that weight, wearing himself out.
And that part, that popping up, that's an attitude. That's not accepting position.
Doc's checking for the
He's his mouthpiece again.
Yeah, Toby's definitely breathing heavy now. Lamont's showing a little bit. I'm really impressed by both these boys, though.
Yes.
I mean, wow.
Now, as a matchmaker, does it make you excited to find their next matches already?
Yeah.
And we get two of these types of
Yeah,
fights.
absolutely. It's kind of a shame, like you said, it's kind of a shame one of them has to lose. Both
Touch
these,
of the glove.
yeah,
Here we go.
well deserved.
Here I'd like to see both guys really just utilize the jab a little bit. I mean, I think the jab's kind of out the window, but I'd like to see him
There you go.
use it to set up those big shots.
Woo! Heat on that one, but he missed again.
Oh!
Oh, nice counter. Good kick.
Body kick.
Yep.
But Toby's relying on that right hand only. He needs to use his, he got 3 other appendages.
That's true. Well, he tried right there. Kind of missed. Lamont did it. So Lamont's not wanting his back in the cage anymore. You saw that. He ran right out when he felt it.
Nice.
So Lamont's got his mouth open a bit. That could be dangerous. Toby does too. So when if somebody lands on the chin, you have your mouth open, you're more susceptible to knockouts. A little paw there. They both these boys taking a little break, but I don't blame them. Those first 2 rounds are insane. Oh, there we go.
Nobody wants to have their back on the cage.
Nope.
But that's a lot of weight to lean on. That's why.
260 pounds either way.
Yeah, but Lamont being much shorter, a little bit lower.
If we're talking fight IQ, I'm telling my guy, shoot a takedown.
Yeah.
And get the win here.
Yeah.
Like you learned enough right here. So, but I can respect him wanting to stand up and bang this out. As a coach, I'm saying get the takedown.
I agree with you 100% because, that's points. We haven't seen either one do a takedown. Well, we saw Toby do a takedown, but it just didn't last long.
I would like to see Sweet Feet throw that kick high.
Yeah. He might land it now.
He's the guy that'll surprise you with a head kick.
Speaking of, like, Jordan kind of alluded to it, Lamont's keeping his hands up. Toby's kind of dropped his now.
Ooh, Toby's out of there.
Yeah.
I think Toby's just
Toby's
fatigued.
tired of getting hit.
Ooh, that right hand though.
1 minute left.
Yeah, these boys got a minute to see if they unload. Nice jab, nice jab.
Stop.
Yeah, Toby's tired.
Toby's tired, but he landed a good left hook right there. A little left hook, left jab, whatever it was.
Lamont is one counter away from being able to probably put this away.
Well,
if it's on the butt.
But like Adam said earlier, Toby can close his eyes and throw overhand right.
Yes.
He can do it too.
Yep.
So, no one's safe right now. Oh, he ducked into that kick.
And Lamont's starting to put this on. At least you walk away with it, boys.
Toby is
I agree.
tough. Toby is refusing.
Fake that body kick with the left hook.
Well, and like you said, bring it up. Toby's starting to duck a little bit. That kick could hit his head easily if he brings it up higher.
Jordan, what were you saying? He's refusing to what?
Toby is tough. He's refused. He's had so many ways to get out of this fight, and he's not doing it. He's just tough. And he landed a good shot there.
And you can't teach that either.
No.
Here they go. Final stamp on the fight.
Wow.
Wow, what a fight.
Hell of a job by both guys.
Fans going crazy. Yo comes running in. Everybody's excited. Wow. Holy cow.
That may not have had the most skill toward the end of it, but the beginning was very skillful. Yeah. I was very impressed with Lamont. I believe, I think Watson won that fight. Yeah. I think he won all 3 rounds. He might be throwing up. But
he's got a bloody mouth.
I thought he won all 3 rounds. You guys think that Toby got round number 2, but he clearly won round 3 and 1.
Lamont's got some swag to him.
Yes, he does.
Toby's that guy that just wouldn't go away. He was never completely out of it, but he ate some shots. He shot a takedown. Luckily, Lamont himself popped right back up.
Lamont takes all 3. I just think this. I leaned a little bit towards Toby. The second round was pretty good, but I wouldn't be upset if it wasn't, all 3 rounds either. Either way, though, both these guys have nothing to be ashamed of. I know it's hard being the loser, but goodness gracious, like Jordan said earlier, if Toby ends up losing this fight, he's tough, and you can't teach that.
100%. You can't teach that grit.
Can't teach that.
That dog that comes out in a fight.
Nope. And you'll know how tired you get. So you can kind of try and simulate that.
Lamont, they're dancing. We have
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. And all 3 judges score this bout 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Lamont Sweetfeet Watson.
You hear this crowd.
That fight kind of reminded me of Byron Stevens and Lee.
Yeah,
Lee Burns. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I cornered Lee for that fight.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
Oh, no, you're good.
that's
but I
what
was
it
going to
reminded
say,
me.
did you see the crowd after that announcement?
Yes.
Even I think everybody was cheering just because of the fight
I
itself.
was about to say, I don't think it would have mattered who won. I think the crowd was going to erupt.
Yeah,
both
great.
these men put in work.
I'm excited to see what both of them do next. Because that's a hell of a learning experience for both.
Goodness, yeah.
Toby as well. And
Oh, no, is he going to backflip? No. He tried.
He faked this out. He faked this out.
He's
That was
scared.
funny.
I was like, oh, man, you're tired, buddy. Oh, wow.
That was entertainment, guys.
I
That
think
was.
he gained a lot of fans tonight. I mean, they both probably did. All right, well, up next, we got a rematch. Vivian Taylor against Terry Copeland. So we were talking about it earlier, I believe they're 1-1 against each other. So another issue, we had a lot of this fight card. Terry's opponent dropped out week of. Vivian said, hey, do you want to run it back? Terry said, why not? So we're going to look at some Terry highlights. And Terry said, yeah, why not? Let's do this. And so now we got Copeland, Taylor 3.
Well, I was talking to Terry's coach, Pat, before this, and he was like telling me, we were talking about how Terry's had kind of his ups and downs. He goes, Terry's got times where he comes in where I look like I could turn him pro the next day. He's like, but it's just sometimes he'll put 3 of those days together, and then he kind of falls back off. And the thing about this is, Terry just wanted to fight, so luckily Tavon stepped up and accepted this fight on short notice, but he said he wanted to be kickboxing. So.
On now to our 5th bout of the evening. Please welcome, making his way to the NFA cage, Tavon Taylor.
And guys, the thing with Tavon,
He looks like he's chiseled statue.
well, we're built very, very similar, but he is very tall, right? So Tavon is exceptionally tall, a very big athletic guy, right? You know, what he really wants to do is he wants to use that jab, use that range, use that distance, right? And these guys coming in, they're kickboxing. So that's something we got to make note of, right? There's not going to be any of the wrestling where Terry Copeland's going to use his strength and his shorter stature to kind of get that his weight down. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. You know, and what Taylor told us was between his height and his, I think he kind of says his fight IQ with just the kickboxing and the striking is going to set him apart from Terry Copeland. Well, we all know, I'm just going to, throw something to me, that a spinning kick from anyone sends me into PTSD.
Now his opponent making his way to the cage, Terry Copeland.
Matt Smith beforehand, and when this guy can put it together, he's one of the very best he has in the room, which says a lot coming out of that room. And says his key is patience, be smart. He's got a lot of heart. Like you said, these guys are familiar with each other. They fought each other before. I'm happy Terry's got a fight, because when I heard he was in jeopardy of falling off, I wanted to watch him fight, because when he shows up, he's very impressive.
Well, they respect each other. They do like each other. They're doing a little shenanigans at weigh-ins, crowd pleasing. Taylor is a character, and so but yeah, they got a lot of respect for each other. And it's going to be a great fight. Like you said, kickboxing. That's definitely Adam's area.
And what we've always said is, if you're doing an MMA, if you're trying to chase an MMA career, you need to take on some kickboxing matches, some boxing matches, some grappling matches. You need to spread it out a little bit. You don't have to just go in there and compete in an MMA contest every time.
Well, talking to Terry, I believe he's wanting to go down to 185 for his next one, because he is a little small for the 205 weight class.
Yeah, the thing is I'm not a big fan of, and I know Jordan is too, I'm not a big fan of cutting weight. If you're comfortable at 205, weighing in at 202, then just roll with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go now to a 2-minute round NFA K1 kickboxing bout, brought to you tonight by Sub-Zero Cryotherapy. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, this Kung Fu Flagger Tech weighs in 203 pounds, stands 6'3.5" tall. He holds an amateur kickboxing record 0-2, representing Flagger Fight Systems, and fighting out of O'Fallon, Illinois, Tavon the Black Panther Taylor. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a freestyle kickboxer standing 5'11", weight in 202 pounds. He holds an amateur K1 record, 1 win, 0 defeats. Representing the Smith Pit and fighting out of Cuba, Missouri, Terry Copeland. Your referee is the Dwayne West.
So Terry, the fan favorite here, you can tell by the crowd. Taylor, like I said, a character. In case we didn't had said that, you could see his little dancey dance for the touching of the gloves.
Yeah, he's here to have fun.
Yeah.
He's here to have fun, and a lot of times guys say that, and they know they're about to get worked. But he's here to do the working. Like, let's make no mistake about it. He's here to have fun. These guys are buddies, but this is a 100% sparring match. Yeah. 100% effort sparring.
Yeah. Well, when you fight that's comes when you fight somebody twice, you get that respect and a little bit of camaraderie. It doesn't mean you don't want to take the rubber match. So.
You see, Tavon is long, 6'3", short torso there, kind of hard to hit.
Seeing two different styles, too. It looks like Terry's doing more of the peekaboo, where Taylor's doing more of the traditional Muay Thai. Both still filling each other out a little bit.
A lot of power control right now as they're feeling each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's up there. They don't want to commit 100% just yet, or what?
Well, both guys have pretty much knocked each other out in one way or another, or
true.
rocked each other, so they can respect the power
Yeah,
here.
so it almost looks like they're point fighting right now.
So far, it almost seems like there was a gentleman's agreement we don't know about.
Like a sparring contest a little bit, yeah. I mean, maybe. I mean, yeah, we got, like I said, it looks like a little point sparring. No one's really laying in there. The fans are kind of heckling it.
Yeah, we got that heavyweight bout.
Yeah,
and now the energy
change.
just kind of left.
Well, I'll be honest, that heavyweight bout, I think I had an adrenaline game.
Oh, 100%. So maybe we're just used to seeing what we just saw, and now they got to follow this.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, good body jab there, good body kick. That looks like when I played the UFC video game. Terry was in the wrong corner there.
It'd be interesting to see how the second round goes. If that was just like an agreement on a warm-up.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how to assess this at this point.
Me neither.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what.
But what we
Coach
can
Pat Smith's saying.
what we can say is the beautiful PBR ring girls strutting around here at Ballpark Village. Those are almost they're almost famous.
Yeah.
Anywhere, any city you go, the PBR girls.
Yep. PBR, yeah, it's PBR St. Louis girls.
Absolutely.
Ballpark Village again. We're here at Valley Sports live, right next to Valley Sports Midwest Studio, also in Ballpark Village. It's hard to explain, but Ballpark Village is kind of a concept. We're in the Ballpark Village part, which is kind of the connecting of a bunch of restaurants and bars. Beautiful, beautiful. Connected to Busch Stadium.
They've got some of the best, the best food around. But the whole deal is think about the deal here at Ballpark Village is it's right next to the stadium. Cardinals baseball is massive here in downtown St. Louis.
Yeah, there's a restaurant called Cardinal Nation that leads right into the stadium. That's connected to Ballpark Village. So this one looks a little bit faster, but they still look like they're pulling their punches. So yeah, I think I'm with Jordan. I think obviously there was a talk beforehand. Maybe with it being a last-minute fight.
I'm not gonna lie, I was stepping into this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're just sparring, they're starting to speed it up a bit though. Maybe that was the deal. Maybe like they're amping up percentages per round since it's.
Well, then I wish this was a 27-round fight. We need to get going.
No touching of the hair or face.
Yeah, they're getting booed. Oh, that was on the chin. So I guess beard hairs are fine.
When one of my main training partners was the Kevin the Hitman Engel.
Oh, he hits
Him
hard.
and I, we'd be like, hey, let's go easy today. Next thing you know, we're getting yelled at. Hey guys, calm it down.
Yep.
we went from 0 to 100 real quick.
That was me and the late Rashard Lovelace, or me and Malcolm. We'd start off like a couple rounds soft, and the next thing you know, we're swinging. So sometimes it looks like we're swinging hard, but we weren't hitting each other. So
well, Rashard only had one speed, and it was fast.
Facts, yeah. That is facts. But yeah, you're right. That happens in the gym. You start off, and then you start feeling good. So me and Evan Elder did the same thing too. We would laugh because we just knew each other so well. We just weren't hitting each other, and then coach would be like, "You guys need to calm down." We're like, "We're not even hitting each other. We're just kind of going through the motion."
See, this pace here is when I try to get guys in the gym to spar like on the days that we're not beating the hell out of each other. Because you get a lot of good movement in here.
All right.
And these guys are doing that part of it pretty well, but it's a lot of good training technique.
Right. We haven't seen any of that spinner stuff that you talked about.
He came out and tried to do one.
Did he?
It was not with any intention on his thing.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure why Terry Cope is breathing heavy.
Volume. Lots of volume.
Yeah, I can't. Looks like Pat's yelling at him. I can't tell what's going on. Because I'm trying to see what Pat's saying so we can try to get it inside. Devon's just smiling. Yo looks like he just. I don't even know if they're talking to Devon over there. So I'm not getting any help from the corners. Yeah, honestly, guys, I don't really know what to say about this. I was expecting a banger. No, that's what I say. It looks like Pat's yelling at him, but now he's smiling, so I don't even know. All right. So here we go, round 3. Let's see what happens.
How do you even score this?
Like I said, point. I guess point. Just count the hits. And,
But now they're going a little bit more.
yeah.
All right, now
They're going a bit, yeah.
You can see a significant difference.
Yeah.
Taylor's got a nice lead round kick that kind of sneaks up there without really any tell.
He is long.
So he's doing the classic Muay Thai tap. Yeah.
Well, he's long. He's strong.
So yeah, those
Gotta
body
get
punches,
it in.
those body punches looked hard, but the kick didn't. Yeah. Someone just yelled, "Give these boys a yellow card" for you soccer fans out there. Or maybe, I guess if you go with hockey terms, diving. I mean, they look good. They're just not throwing hard. I got a minute left. Let's see what happens. He said, "Whoa."
I will say this is the most polished I've seen them both look.
Which is kind of nice change of pace.
Yeah.
Defense, returns.
Taylor got caught 3 times down the chin. Like I said, I don't know.
Judging by Pat Smith over here, I don't know if he knows this was happening like this.
No. Yeah, he's yelling. Yo's kind of quiet. Pat's yelling a lot. Yeah, maybe Pat didn't know what the film was about.
Body's fair game.
There they go. Now they start banging at the end. A couple crowd members clapping for that.
I don't know what
Terry
happened.
looks tired. Yeah.
I don't know why he's tired. Get some chlorophyll before this? Or chloroform?
Chloroform.
Chlorophyll.
Either
more like
one,
chlorophyll.
whatever. One of the two happened probably.
I had a feeling something was wrong we didn't know about.
100%.
This is where I'm going to bow to the expert. Who do you think won?
Well, I think Terry Copeland won that sparring match. I'm not really sure. But I think Jordan hit the nail on the head of these guys. I don't know if someone maybe is hurt.
A little background I have is I did try to match this trilogy up early in the matching and was told no. And I think maybe because it got to where Terry wasn't going to have a fight, they decided to do it. Maybe there was a gentleman's agreement, maybe not to go 100%. I don't know. I personally wouldn't have made that fight if I would have known that. I don't believe in that. At least not without saying ahead of time. You know?
100%.
Yeah, so, but...
Well, Mike Taylor will bring it in and we'll see what we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges score this bout 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Terry Copeland.
I mean, I will say I like both guys, but I am a little upset about what we just saw. So
Yeah, and again, we'll try to figure out after this intermission
Yeah.
what kind of was going on, but you did see a display of some skills.
yeah, no, they're both
But also, you just followed a heavyweight slugfest.
Yeah.
I need an energy.
Yeah. still recovering from the heavyweight. Yeah, like I said, I wish I would have had a heads up. And then we could have been like, okay, this is a gentleman sparring match.
Yeah.
You know, we wouldn't be caught off guard.
I'm kind of hoping.
Well, let's send
there's
it up to
not
Mike Kendall. Timeout,
Ladies
guys.
and gentlemen, this man to my right needs little to no introduction. Put your hands together and welcome UFC superstar, St. Louis's own Jake Collier. We brought Jake in here tonight to talk about the UFC. The UFC is coming to Kansas City, Missouri. Tell us about the event.
April 15th, T-Mobile Arena. Everybody, if you like kind of shows like this, we want the UFC, big promotions, come to Missouri. We got to sell that place out. We got to let them know Missouri is where the MMA's at. They need to come here more often.
Absolutely, I agree completely. You were originally scheduled to fight in that event. I mean, it makes sense to have a hometown guy right there in his home state showing up for, the UFC. What happened with that event?
I don't know if it was injury, but my fight got pushed back to the 28th, so I will not be on the Kansas City card.
Now, is there any chance that we can get the opponent from you, kind of who that's going to be? Or
Martin Boudet is who I'm fighting. Big, strong, huge heavyweight guy. Kind of boring, and if you've seen me fight, I'm not boring, so I plan to put on a show.
Well, I definitely know that St. Louis, Missouri is going to be behind you when you fight in the UFC next time. Isn't that right, St. Louis? Now, it's great to have you here. Hometown crowd, hometown, everybody's here. Get any words for any aspiring fighters that might be out here in the crowd or watching on TV tonight?
Oh, absolutely, man. I was working a 9 to 5 welding every day. I just kept grinding, kept working, going to the gym every day, believing in what I could do. And to anybody out there that's thinking about doing it and they don't have the self-confidence, for real, you can do anything. I'm ranked like 23rd and the 4th in the world, and I came from nothing.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for UFC's Jake Collier. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we're going to take our first intermission of the evening. Make sure you guys grab something to eat, grab something to drink. We'll be back underway with more NFA13 momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get back underway with more NFA13. But first, let's have a word with St. Louis's own Discrepancies. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Now, you guys have a lot of fans in the crowd, but for those that don't know a lot about you guys, tell them what's up.
What's up, everybody? St. Louis, if you're having a good time, let me get a hell yeah. You can do better than that. If you're having a good time, let me get a hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. We're Discrepancies. We're from right here in St. Louis. We want to say thank you so much for Nemesis Fighting Alliance for inviting us to be here, man. Make some noise. You can check us out on discrepanciesmusic.com. Also, we have a new single coming out called Recovery, February 24th. I think that's pretty much it, man. Hell yeah. Check out Hands Up, too. Thank you, guys.
Discrepancies, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys very much.
Entertaining since they didn't have to cut weight, right? You know, when you cut weight, it sucks. It drains you out. It could really diminish your cardio. And these guys fight at a fast pace at flyweight anyway, so coming up at 135, maybe it's gonna be that same fast pace with a little bit of power.
Well, what stands out to me when I look at this is training camp, Victory MMA, training camp, Flogger Fight System. So whoever took it on short notice has a coach. It's not going to be someone off the street. They're going to be in shape and ready to go.
Yeah, and both these guys have great records.
Yeah, they're both very. I mean, they're both contenders in the 125 division. So even though it's 135, obviously I'm going to be keeping my eye on it.
Yeah, and what they're setting up is they're going to set us in, and then we got our women's match. We talked very highly about the ladies of NFA. This will be a great. This will be a great display of the women that we bring here for NFA. They always look to put on a show, and I think it's going to set the standard. And let's go. Why don't we send it back to Mike Kendall, the official voice of Nemesis Fighting Alliance.
Sounds good to me.
It is now time to get NFA 13 back going again, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome, making his way to the cage, Tyrese Wilburn.
Like we just said, Tyrese Wilburn, normally a 125-pound fighter. He's undefeated with 2-0, calls himself the Reaper. That tells me he's got kind of a dark side to him. You know, his keys to victory are going to be that he is the hardest worker in the gym. He never gives up, and he really believes in him. You know, he believes in himself and God.
Well, he's got Johans in his corner, so Johans earlier, you know, here with Tavon, he's got a few guys here. He always brings tough guys in here. And, you know, especially with a lighter weight, and being athletic, I bet this fight's going to go pretty fast.
Well, and Johans, he's one of them that always contacts me. He's like, I got this guy ready, this guy's ready, this guy. He keeps his guys ready. He wants them fighting a lot. He keeps them ready, so that way when they get the call like this one is short notice, they're ready to go. They might be short notice on paper, but they're trained.
Well, and if your teammates are in the gym training for fights, you usually are too.
Absolutely.
You should be. So you should be in shape as well.
Yeah, this has fireworks written all over it. Like I said, guys, I look for that fast flyweight pace with a little bit of bantamweight power. This will be a fun one. I think this one, you know, two guys, good records, great styles. This will be awesome.
Well, and one way you can tell they didn't cut either is usually they're right on 135 at the dot. Tyrese is 133 and Eric's 132, so clearly they walk around just close to 135.
Say, if I go back in time, I'd like gentlemen's agreements. Let's just
Let's
go like 188 and call it welterweight, you know?
There, yeah.
You know what's funny, guys, is if you look at this, each guy's about 133 pounds. We had a heavyweight that was double that, just one guy.
Yep.
Lamont Watson, 260 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah, they're both Toby and Lamont were both 260 pounds.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
And that was the one making his way to the red corner, Eric Calvert.
Here we got Eric Calvert out of Victory MMA. Keys to victory, says good cardio, to be patient and to use his footwork. Now, he did say his fights have all been for small promotions, so he's really excited to be on this platform. It'll be the biggest fight he's had so far. Started training No-Gi Jiu-Jitsu about 5 years ago. He won his last kickboxing fight by a front kick knockout, 36 seconds. So that's interesting. It'll be interesting to see if he tries to set that up.
Yeah.
Says he watches a lot of Max Holloway. It's one of the people he really looks up to. And he's never really cut weight for a fight. He walks around on like 122. But what did he weigh in yesterday? 132. He said he's been trying to bulk up and be a little bit more durable.
Yeah, and when you talk about that front kick knockout, what I worry about with these guys is, do they get reliant on that?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, am I going to come out trying to look for that right away? But he said he has really good jiu-jitsu and he looks to put it on display. And, you know, again, this is one of those fights that I can't wait to see.
Oh, and Eric's the taller fighter, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NFA Bantamweight division, brought to you tonight by JC's Air Conditioning. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This grappler stands 5'6", weighed in 133.7 pounds, yields an amateur record, 2 wins, 0 defeats. Representing Flagger Fight Systems and fighting out of Belleville, Illinois, Tyrese the Reaper Wilborn. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a jiu-jitsu style fighter standing 5'9", weighed in 132.6 pounds. Yields an amateur record, 3 wins, 1 defeat. Representing Victory MMA and fighting out of Farmington, Missouri, Eric Lyle Calver. Your referee, the Dwayne Bess.
Tyrese is the one that took this on short notice?
Yeah, Tyrese took this on short notice.
Looks in shape to me.
Yep.
Touch of the gloves. Here we go. There's that front kick, see?
Oh,
the
he
head
put the
kick
chin.
slipped in there.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Wow.
Wow!
What a slam.
That just shows you that strength of Tyrese. Wow.
He's unloading. He's trying to get a quick
Dwayne
finish.
Best,
Yep.
quick stoppage.
Yeah. Ooh, I didn't know. I'd say he didn't make it. I was going to say he was not going to make that backflip. Blew out of the gate.
Wow, that was that fast flyweight pace.
Yep.
But then he had that bantamweight power. Woo. But that slam, did you see that?
Yep.
Woo.
It's nuts.
And now what is he doing, a Dougie? I don't know what that's called.
I think it's called the gritty.
The gritty.
The gritty.
I watch a lot of football. That's what they do when they score touchdowns.
So I'm going to say this right now. No gentleman's agreement there.
No. Well, the interesting thing was, like Adam said, he was looking for that kick early, but then he threw it back to the body. It was like he was relying on it instead of setting it up. And then Tyrese caught it and was like, okay, you're going for a ride.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that kid, he just looks like a fast twitch powerhouse.
Yeah, he does. I know. Like, though he's a 125er, he looks like you said, a powerhouse. He's a thick 125er.
Yes.
Do you think any of the Big Show nerves got to Eric?
Could be possible. Definitely could be possible.
Slipping with that first front kick and then kind of being hesitant, maybe.
Yeah, it's hard to know. It's all experience. I think a lot of the times out the gate, especially with these amateur fights, you're trying to rush to get something done and stick to what you do and commit to something instead of setting it up, seeing how they move. But if a move has worked for you until it doesn't, that's whenever you're going to learn.
Sorry, we're going to go to Mike Kendall for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Dwayne Best calls a stop to this fight in just 21 seconds of round number 1 for your winner by TKO, Tyrese the Reaper Wilborn.
I'm here with your winner, Tyrese. You took the fight on short notice, came in, fought a weight class up, and just destroyed him. How do you feel?
I feel good, man. I had a lot of love and support. I give them all to them. I mean, I thank everybody for, being in my corner, so.
Well, that was a great slam. I have to say, you kind of scared me a little bit. Are you typically looking for a big move like that, or just feeling it kind of came?
I mean, what Coach talk about, we always go with the flow. Whatever we see that's opening, we take that advantage right then and there. And, you know, keep it moving. Try to make something out of it, you know?
Well, that was a good fight. Would you like to stay at 135 or do you want to go back down to 125?
Hey, I'm wherever it go, you know? I'm with it wherever.
Sign him up middleweight, ladies and gentlemen.
Go, let's go.
Let's hear for your winner, guys.
Good job, man. Thank you.
Talking about the ladies, I want to say, you know what would be a fun fight? Him and Zach.
Yeah, it would be.
Wouldn't that be a good fight?
It'd make your job easy, wouldn't it?
Right, yeah.
Although, you got to find out who Zach was talking about.
That's
first,
true, yeah.
so.
We need to make sure that we got to find out who Zach called out.
Translator.
All right, so on to our ladies. As we always talk about, they always come to put on a show. They're always exciting. They're gritty, hard-nosed, and they just put on fun fights.
Yeah, we've been talking them up this entire night. I hope they actually.
I know. That's what I was
they
thinking
they better follow through.
Hopefully we didn't jinx them, but yeah. So yeah, it's Joy Connolly and Julia Boyd.
Well, one's out of Ray Norris's gym, Wise Warriors. The other's out of Shootbox KC. So they're gyms with names, with coaches.
Yeah.
I imagine we're going to see some skill.
So now I will say a little bit. So Julie did get sick. It was originally was going to be at 125. Julie got a little sick, had trouble making. When she got out, she was basically advised not to do a cut. So they re-agreed to meet at 135. So we'll see if that hinders Julia at all as far as cardio or anything, because she had to take basically a week off from training. So,
well, we'll see, guys. All we got to do is, the last thing is send it up to Mike Kendall, the official voice of Nemesis Fighting Alliance. It's a beautiful voice, and he'll bring us in.
Ladies and gentlemen, on now to our 7th bout. It's time for women's MMA right now. Let's bring the ladies out, starting first with Joy Connolly.
Joy Connolly, we just said 5'4". She's got a lot of heart coming out of Wise Warriors MMA with Ray Norris, that great team out there. She's had her keys to victory, her strength, her composure, and I look for her to have a lot of speed. You know, and when she's looking at influences for competing in combat sports, she wants, to let go of all that rage and depression during the lockdowns. She needed an outlet. That's what she came to Wise Warriors, got that out, found an outlet, and turns out she really likes it. You know, and as like a lot of people, she got into the sport also to just kind of lose weight, get in shape, and she's happy where she's at. And, we asked her what is she going to bring to the fight that her opponent cannot match. She thinks that she's going to be a lot stronger and her striking is going to be faster. So that is, when you hit hard and you hit fast, that's the keys to winning in an MMA fight.
So I know I sound like a broken record. She's another one. At the weigh-ins of the last fight, she came up to me and was, please, get me on the next card. Please. After I got on the show, I think she's thanked me about 20 times just today. So she's
got a big
excited.
Smile on her face.
Yeah, she is excited. She wants this. She's game.
And now our opponent coming to the cage, Julia Boyd.
All right, Julia Boyd coming to us out of Shootbox KC. Fighting style, freestyle, and Brazilian Muay Thai. She does have experience with a record of 0-1, but it was a decision. So
I think it was a split decision if I recall right.
So she does have time in a cage, 9 minutes to be exact. So that can play a difference with the first fight nerves. She's coming in from out of town, so you kind of have house money. I always view that. You're coming in, you weren't brought in to win. So let's see what I can bring here today, get off of that last experience. And she said she wanted to develop mental toughness and feel more capable in life. That's why she got into the sport. She thinks heart's going to be the difference for her. And just a fun fact about herself, she's an experimental physicist. So, she's got a brain.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, I mean, like you said, she's got that experience of going to the decision, so she's had that full fight. So maybe she should make this a dog fight and drag Joy and see how that cardio really is.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. As excited as Joy is, I've seen this kind of excitement go two ways. They can go cardio the whole time, or they get tired.
The dump, the adrenaline dump we talk about.
Dump.
Yep, that debut dump can be hard.
Well, she definitely got her hands full.
Yeah,
look, Joy is excited for this.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. They're about the same height, so that's just.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NFA Bantamweight division. Brought to you tonight by Prime Health Centers. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, This freestyle fighter stands 5'4", weighed in 134.7 pounds. Tonight, she's making her amateur debut. Representing Wise Warriors MMA and fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Joy the Carnivore Connolly. Her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a Brazilian Muay Thai specialist, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist as well, standing 5'4", weighed in 135 pounds. She holds an amateur record 0-1. Representing Shoot the Box in Kansas City, Missouri, Julia Boyd. Your referee, Brandon Anderson.
Joy Connolly is pumped.
She is. And you heard that she's got that hometown backing, so it's up to Julia to be the spoiler. There we go. Holy.
On her quick.
She just
Wow.
in. Julia trying to get back up.
But she's not doing a bad job of
No,
defending.
she's
Now she's
defending.
covering up. She's trying to get those up
She's trying to
kicks.
kick off, yeah. Julia's got to be careful, though. I don't think you can keep that pace up. There it is. She came out like a pit bull.
She did. I'm going to say I'm not happy with that stoppage.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, do I think another 10 seconds would have changed the outcome? No.
Probably not. No. But we don't know.
But I don't think those were exact hammers dropping right there. But
Well, and Julia she was kicking her off. She was trying to roll her
yeah,
out.
like none of those shots are really landing.
Julia doesn't seem upset though, so maybe Julia said something. Maybe she verbally. I don't want to put words in her mouth, but
She could have verbally tapped. But great job by Joy Connolly.
Yeah, wow, cannonball.
The carnivore, not the cannonball. The carnivore came out happy as can be, excited. Yep. And you heard the crowd here behind her. I looked to see what she's going to do next.
Well, the carnivore, she definitely ate. So
she was shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
The carnivore shot out of a cannon.
Carnivore shot out of a cannon.
She just came out.
She's out there
right
dancing now.
Yeah,
she's out there dancing now. And then for our official decision.
It's nothing like winning your debut, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Brandon Anderson, called the stop to this fight in just 26 seconds of round number 1, declaring your winner by TKO, Joy the Carnivore Connolly.
Joy's trying not to cry, but there's some tears of happiness coming out there. All right, so as far as the ladies go, I don't think they disappointed us. I mean, we were calling for probably a war. It wasn't really a war, but I still think they came out. I still think it was a great fight.
Well, they came out with fireworks.
They came out with fireworks.
It was fast.
Yeah. So now what we got up next is in 185 bout. We got Scott Marler's taking on Doug Anderson. Scott Marler's taking on Doug Anderson. Lost my place in my notes there. Doug Anderson, he's one of those guys that we talk about. The record doesn't show the talent. I feel like we say this almost every pay-per-view. There's always one or two guys where it's like their record may not look good. They're good fighters.
Yeah, and he's taking on a tough guy, Scott Marler, out of Victory MMA. This should be a great fight.
It should be, yes. Scott Marler's, he's had a little layoff. I assume he's been training though, because he said he wanted to fight again for Eric Culver, who fought earlier. He wanted to be on the same card as him, so that's why he was going to take another fight. But he had taken a layoff from fighting, but I'm sure he's still trained if he knows Eric, obviously.
Well, Scott has legitimate jiu-jitsu. On the ground, he can methodically move to a position to finish a fight when he gets it down.
Well, let's send it up to Mike Kendall to bring these two warriors down.
Fight fans, on now to our 8th bout of the night. Please welcome, making his way to the NFA cage, Doug Anderson.
Doug Anderson making that slow walk down. He stands about 5'10". He's pretty average for this weight class. He says his keys to victory are going to be the pace the pressure, and then his striking ability. And coming out of St. Charles MMA, I know he's got a tough gym, tough camp. You know, we talked about it earlier. Right there, you see Jake Roberts, Mike Rogers in his corner. I know he's got Jimmy Donahue, Julius is around here somewhere. A lot of tough guys that'll keep improving his game just by training with him and being around them.
Well, like Mike Rogers, just like our good friend here, Jordan Dowdy, a legit black belt in jiu-jitsu. So you know he's gonna be prepared for Scott's ground game.
Well, and he's got a teammate that's on this card too later, Chris Connors.
Yes.
So when I had a teammate in the same weight class on the same show, we were putting in work, and there was camaraderie with that. Like we were gonna go do work, team battle, 2 wins. I'm sure he's gonna come prepared.
And that's a teammate that's training for a title fight, so that you know they're probably doing grueling rounds.
Yes.
Well, this has all the makings of a great fight. We've said that time and time again. We've had like a broken record, but this is going to be fun.
Got a small delay because the tape on his wasn't signed. We're going to check it.
Oh, yeah. Yep. State's got to sign that.
They really do check that, huh?
Yes,
they do. Doug's looking very calm. Just relaxing up against the pad there. But, you know, he's been here a couple, 2-3 times. So.
The cage, Scott Marler.
Now, Scott Marler here out of Victory MMA says he wants to stick to the game plan. Didn't really share what that was other than putting on a fast pace. From what I've seen of Scott Marler, he can shoot a takedown. He can get from half guard, he can increase position, get them out, get him a turnover, choke him out. That's kind of stuff I've seen on him. He's got 2 submission wins, 1 KO win. He's won a couple of IBJJF championships is a notable thing. And he's been coaching a lot of guys in his gym right now too. Says he's grown a lot, gone through some heavy life experiences that have really focused him. And the biggest thing he's gonna bring to the fight is pace. And also, it's been a little bit of a layoff, like he said. So 2 things can happen. Some people think layoff brings rust. Some people think I'm a different animal and I come back out here and I'm going to show them.
Yeah, it just depends how he uses that layoff. Like we were saying, if he's been training, which it seems like he has been, he could have some new tools. He also maybe, you know, may not be, when you train and fight a lot, sometimes you have nagging injuries. He may be able to recover from some of those. I mean, there's a lot of different variables, like I said, or he could have we've been talking about adrenaline dumps all day. He could have a comeback adrenaline dump too.
Yep, and it's got to be fun. If he was doing it before and it wasn't fun, you need to take a break.
That's true.
Yeah, and what he said was he went through a lot of life experience that were big, and now that he's come back, he's actually really focused in. He's a little bit more dedicated than he was previously.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NFA middleweight division. Brought to you tonight by HKA USA, the #1 solution to your combat sports gear needs. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5'10", weighing in 184 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 2 wins, 3 defeats. Representing St. Charles MMA and fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Doug Anderson. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 6 foot tall, weighed in 185.3 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 3 wins, 2 defeats. Representing Victory MMA, he is the fighting pride of Elvins, Missouri, Scott Marler. Your referee, Dwayne Bess.
Doug Anderson's going to look to be the more powerful fighter here and impose his will. Scott Marler obviously looking for that takedown.
Good stuff.
But here's you looking for control.
Yeah, it was like he was shooting and then he lost his balance, but almost turned into like a half guard pull.
Well, you know, it's almost the same spot his teammate did too. Maybe there's, you know, sometimes those advertisements can be a little slippery.
Yes. Or your feet are sweaty and you get to dry them off, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yep. Dwayne Best catching that cage.
Working his way back to guard there, though. He did a good job there.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where he wanted to get to anyways.
Yeah, he seems very calm here. You don't want your head up on that cage, though.
That was almost an elbow, yeah.
Yeah. I think they're calling for an elbow. So there's a timeout.
Well, it wasn't really an intentional elbow. He
No.
kind of pushed his hand in when he was throwing it, and then it just went down.
So we'll see if it's a warning or a point. But we do have a timeout, and I agree with you guys. I believe it's for that elbow.
Yep.
And that I don't know if that's good for Scott or not. I don't know. Like you said, you think he wanted to be there, so this might not be good for him. So now he's standing back up. So he should get 5 minutes if he takes the whole 5 minutes. You know, this could also help, because we talked about a little layoff. If he did have a little bit of adrenaline dump, this time can help him recover.
Yeah, well, now we know that Dwayne Best is going to be a little bit more quick to pull the trigger on taking a point if a foul occurs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice inside leg kick.
Woo!
That kick misses. Ooh, Marler almost got on the back.
I am glad that Dwayne didn't take a point away, because like you said, it did not look intentional.
Oh, of course.
And he's not it didn't look like he's damaged either.
No, it was because he pushed the punch away into him.
Is that a knee to the head? That's 2. Yeah, that was a knee to the head.
Yeah, another knee to the head.
Scott's
that might be a
visibly
point.
upset. I think, yeah, I'm okay. That's 2 in a row. You already got 1 warning. Yeah, Scott's clearly upset, and rightfully so.
Yeah, Dwayne's going to take a point.
Yeah. Well, we talk about these are huge. I mean, if you have a close round, these are huge.
Absolutely.
And
again, I don't think it was intentional at all. It looked like he was throwing for the body.
The sternum, it looked like, but you got to watch for that.
You have to have control of your limbs. So yeah, now I mean this could be a 10-8. This could be a 9-9. I mean, basically it's going to be hard to win the round now. But hopefully Scott will calm down. You don't want to get that emotion in you and throw off your game plan. So I'm not seeing any cuts on Scott's face, so that's good.
No, he's probably just making sure.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Reset number 3.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. And here we go.
And I think that hurt Scott Marler because he had him on the cage and it looked like he was digging for a takedown.
Oh!
Nice shot by Doug. Sprawled on him.
Yeah, Doug's been ready for the takedown attempts. He's been quick on that.
See, now Doug's got that control on that little side choke right there. But Marler rolls right out of it.
Good groundwork there.
It's kind of a smart move by Doug there. Just stand back up.
Absolutely.
Let's hit him again.
Good leg kick.
Nice inside leg kick.
Yes, tender.
I'd like to see a jab with that inside leg kick again, because he's with that closed stance like that. Or the open stance, he's able to get. Wow, on a guillotine? No. Kind of fell down.
Yeah, he got that. I was gonna say I was gonna say Scott shot a little too far out, but it worked for him. Doug's trying to climb back up.
Yeah, he's got to kill that head off to the side. But he's got the body lock.
He's taking that back like that.
I was gonna say he's giving his back
Get that
up.
hook in, a little bit of control.
Yep.
So I'm going to lean to our black belt in-house Jordan Dowdy. Jordan, what do you think he needs to do here?
Well, right here he's about under the chin. He just got to bring it across. Doug does have his arm in, but chins don't stop chokes.
Oh, that's good. That
looks tight.
That's deep. That's deep.
Oh, he's wrenching
The hand
on
is blocking it a bit.
Yeah, the hand's blocking it. And with 10 seconds left.
Right. I didn't see that.
Oh,
no.
Wow, he went out.
Wow, he went to sleep.
Yeah,
he just woke up. He's okay.
That's fine.
Wow.
Yeah, he went out.
Scott's got a grip on him.
Yeah.
But Dwayne did a good job of recognizing that recognized that Doug Anderson was out.
Yeah, that was actually very good roughing right there. Make sure he was safe. Doug came up, kind of looked lost for a bit. Also, good job at the corners. The corners got in there real quick to get right in front of him, because if you're going to recognize him, he's going to be your corners.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we've seen it before. You've seen it, on many different fights where they start fighting the referees. They kind of don't know where they're at when they wake back up. Big win for Scott.
Yeah, it was a good choke. Fought some adversity. 2-year layoff being the adversity first. An incidental elbow that he kind of parried the punch cross, caught an elbow. The knee, it's hard to tell from where we're at how hard it actually landed, but he took his time, got him down, methodically took his back. Doug gave up his back there. Even though he's blocking with his hand in, Doug still got that forearm across the other part of the neck.
Well, that's your classic jits too. You can take a little bit of punishment to get that submission.
But now Mike's going to bring us in with the official
Ladies and
announcement.
gentlemen, your referee, Dwayne Best, called the stop to this fight. 2 minutes, 53 seconds in the very first round, declaring your winner by tap out in a rear naked choke, the fighting pride of Elvins, Missouri, Scott Marler.
That, like you guys said, he went through a little adversity. That was a good win by Scott Marler.
Good win. Very good win.
And when you watch it back, you see the Doug had he tried to get the hand in there to defend it, but it looked like it was right on that wrist, and he just kind of choked himself with his own hand.
kind of props to Doug too. He didn't tap.
Well, I thought it was going to be a jaw crank at first with the hand.
It did look that way. It was across the, yeah. So there you are. Again, like we talked about, Scott, great win. Doug went out on his shield as well. So what we got up next now, we got 145, Herman Rich against Cutter Prater.
And this will be a fun fight, guys. Herman Rich, again, out of Wise Warriors MMA. We've seen them here a few times tonight. We know they've got a solid gym, solid game plans, everything like that. Going against a guy out of Pedigo, known for their submissions, known for their jiu-jitsu. So here we see.
And it's 145ers, so we'll probably see some fireworks, fast pace. 45ers have usually good, decent knockout power for the little, as far as the, I'm putting quotations here for those that can't see, for the little guys.
Yeah, and here you see a nice display of strikes with fast hands, and now he switches it right up to a takedown.
Herman's got some power and some pop, especially on his straights.
Oh, absolutely, for sure. And speed. All right. Yeah, what we're going to do is get up again to the official voice of Nemesis Fighting Alliance, Mike Kendall, to bring these two warriors down.
Moving right along to our ninth bout of the evening, please welcome, making his way to the NFA cage, Herman Rich.
Herman Rich making that slow walk down. He says that his keys to victory are going to be dominating, having patience, and he wants to capitalize on the opponent, the opportunities that the opponent's going to give him. So he tells me he's going to be nice and composed, wait for Cutter Prater to make that mistake and counter it and capitalize. And the one thing that he's super excited about is his last fight. It got over 3 million views on social media, so he's trying to build up that momentum and come in with another highlight reel performance.
Well, Herman said this is his second fight down at 145. I asked him earlier. If you look at him, he's had 6 fights. He's going into his 7th now. This is whenever you're starting to get comfortable. Some people get more comfortable earlier than others, but now, he's finding the weight class he likes. He's got the experience. You've made the walk out into the lights. It's nothing new anymore. You have a process. You know how you're going to warm up, what you like to do, and this is where you can build. This is where you can string together multiple fight wins here.
Absolutely. Well, we talked about it earlier too. You said 6 fights. He's 3-3. This is a big fight. So either you go losing record, you go winning record, and nobody wants to get that losing record in there.
Now his opponent making his way to the cage, Cutter Prater.
Cutter Prater, another young, promising prospect come to us, is 1-1 right now. won his debut with us in August. That was a good fight for him. His keys to victory, to be smart. It said wrestling maybe, but when you look at it, he's qualified in high school wrestling for state 3 times. So does he use it offensively or defensively?
That's true.
I'm betting it'll be a little bit more offensively. But his last key to victory is to work through it. He's affiliated with Pedigo Submission Fighting, so you know he's going to be tough. He's got a good training room there. He's got a good lineage. He's got a good network. He can move around to those different schools and train as well. He said his opponent cannot match his grit, and he really looks up to Michael Chandler, likes his style. So if he wants to go that route, he's going to be throwing bombs and counter wrestling.
Yep. Well, anybody knows that if you wrestled in high school, that's the toughest sport you can do. It's going to be hard to find someone who does not have grit and heart and all that stuff. But the thing I noticed is what he said. What's the difference between the last time he fought? He stated the obvious. He said he's older.
Yeah. That's unavoidable.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NFA featherweight division, brought to you tonight by Gillies Groundwork. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle baller stands 5'10", weighed in 143 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 3 wins, 3 defeats. Representing Wise Warriors MMA and fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Herman Rich. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 5'9", weighed in 144.1 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 1 win, 1 defeat. Representing Ramsey Gym and fighting out of Vandalia, Illinois, Cutter Prater.
The referee lets him try to fight out of it a little bit.
Yeah, he's had some quick ones tonight. No touch of the gloves.
Herman with some good feints right out the gates. Quick high kick out of Cutter.
He's fast, man.
Oh, good
solid.
jab from Herman.
Yeah, that was fast.
Nice outside leg kick. Another good double jab on the way in. Woo! Both hooks missing.
Yeah, Herman's looking very comfortable.
He's throwing a lot of movement at him. His head is constantly moving.
Yeah, we'll see how long Cutter takes it before he maybe takes a shot.
Cutter with an outside leg kick of his own.
Oh, 2-piece. Oh, here we go.
In a phone booth.
Yep. Nice blocking.
All defense,
nice
though.
blocking, though, yeah.
That was a nice pull by Herman on that hook to lead into that.
Cutter Prater's on his heels right now. Ooh! I think he's going to be looking for a few more of those.
Yep. Out of range there.
Saw Cutter Prater's hair move on that kick.
The wind. Cutter needs to get his back off that cage. Yeah, see, I'd say that you can find the distance. These boys swinging. Good defense, though.
Nice outside leg kick again. If I'm Cutter...
Herman got rocked. Yeah, he got rocked a bit. He's hurt.
See, if I was here, I would just start digging on that leg.
Yep.
Oh, big right hand.
Got him back.
He's wobbling. Yep. I would say we saw him stop it with less earlier, so I figured that was it. Yeah,
that
was
nerve
a good
in that calf.
Yeah, here's the deal, man. I think between that leg and then that nice little shot that landed, Herman wasn't able to stand up right there.
Yeah, that one was a good stoppage. That was a good stoppage.
Looked to me like his foot just kind of stopped getting feedback from his nervous system, which is that perineal nerve right there. That's what they're targeting.
Well, that's what happened to actually Michael Chandler.
Yep. And Cejudo, but Cejudo was able to milk that out, and it actually happened to Adesanya in that first round in that last fight too.
There's the encyclopedia we love. We get some replay action here. Yeah, wobbly, doing a little dance. Yeah, doing a little dance. Yeah, look at that. Drops and then couple shots, and they stopped it real quick.
So there's a non-weight bearing bone in there that could break from that kick. Hopefully that's not the case there. I imagine it was more the nerve.
Yeah, he's hurting. See if he put, he can't, They just had to stop him from, he almost fell out the door. Luckily people were holding him.
Well, Craig Nasello, one of the best cut guys in the business,
has probably seen it all.
So he has an idea of what's going on.
It takes a bit for that to come back. But kudos to Cutter Prater for targeting that.
Oh,
he
absolutely.
saw how hard he landed that first one, and there was 2 more. The third one is the one that really got him on skates there because I think that nerve shut off.
And for me, the best part is Cutter did have some adversity in there. And, he got put up against the cage a couple times, got bombs thrown at him. He fired back, was able to do his game plan, which was obviously working on the legs. We've seen him hit him with target a couple times. I mean, Herman looked good. Herman looked good until he got.
Herman was
rocked.
looking really
Yeah,
good.
until he got rocked. So that's the problem when he starts kind of swinging like that for the finish.
Well, and that's the danger of those calf kicks. They can change everything real quick.
Absolutely. So Adam's going to go up and do an interview for us. And taking his place for a fight, Jackson McVeigh. How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. How about yourselves,
not
guys?
bad. Congratulations on your victory here recently.
Thank you very much. I
However,
appreciate it.
personally, I'm mad at you. I wanted you on this card. I was told no.
You know,
I'm just giving you trouble.
I know.
You just had a fight. I know you had just had a fight, so I'm just giving you trouble. I know. Okay. I understand. You needed a break. You're good.
well, yeah, but I'm more than happy, especially if we're fighting back at Ballpark Village. That sounds pretty cool.
Beautiful, right?
That sounds pretty
amazing. Cool.
Yeah. This is a really, really awesome event.
Yep. So we're gonna send it back to Mike for the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Brandon Anderson, calls a stop to this fight. 1 minute, 31 seconds in the very first round, declaring your winner by knockout, Cutter Prater.
And Herman's able to walk. That's good.
Adam's getting ready for his cage side interview. Oh, look at that zoom in on Adam. All right, so we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with the mic, so we're gonna talk to Jackson a little bit more. So tell us about your last fight.
You know, we had a pro debut. So here we go.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Julius, you have a big fight coming up March 10th in San Jose. How do you feel about this fight?
I feel great. My training camp has been awesome. All my teammates will helping me a lot. I feel healthy. I feel great, and can't wait to get over with it.
Now, I know as a fan of you, a fan of MMA, you're very technical. You're very strong. Are you changing anything for this approach? Are you going to come out with the same style, the same demeanor, everything you always have?
Keep it the same, basic swim fights, and if it's not broken, don't change it. Just keep it the same, and that's going to get you all the way.
Absolutely. I see you working with a good friend of mine, Jimmy Donahue, all those guys at St. Charles MMA. Who is your main training partner, coach, everything like there?
Oh, man, everybody has helped me. Coach Mike Rogers, he always meets me in the mornings. We do cardio. Jimmy helps me with mitts. Jackson, Jeremiah, Carlitos, the whole team is out there to help me, and I'm grateful for them.
Yeah, I know Jackson McVeigh, a nice up-and-comer, just got his first win. What do you think is going to happen with the win over a top opponent here at Bellator? You think you'll be right back in that title challenge?
Absolutely. I'm sure I'm going to need 1 or 2 more wins, and after that, back for the title.
Well, we want to see you back in that title shot. We want to see you bring that gold back to St. Louis. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Julius Anglissis.
All right, so up next is Dan Harina versus Noah Zahn in a 2 kickboxing studs in a kickboxing match. So we're all excited about that. But before we get to that, we got Jackson McVeigh here. Jackson, tell us about your last fight so we can get into this time.
Yeah. Last fight got a good, quick Darce choke win, about 52 seconds against a guy from Alaska. There wasn't too much going on. He seemed kind of timid to engage with me, so he gave me the opportunity to choke him out quick, so I'm gonna take that. 1-0 as a pro now.
So how did you feel about your pro debut? Were you nervous? Were you?
That's a good.
I'm sure you're excited.
Of course.
How were the nerves?
Of course, very excited. But the nerves are definitely there. It's the pro debut. This is the permanent marker. This isn't amateur. It doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is a permanent marker here.
So how did you adjust from the 3-minute to 5-minute rounds? Did you feel okay there?
I felt just fine.
I guess they didn't really make it there. But as far as training goes, did you?
Training, yeah. It was. I guess we're the sparring rounds. You're getting used to more 5-minute rounds. So you're getting used to pacing yourself a little bit more than in the 3-minute rounds. But
so when I made my jump and we would do those sparring rounds, it's like my brain knew when after 3 minutes I was like, this round looks like it should be over, and I'd start tanking a bit. So it took a while for me to get used to that. Was that a problem for you too?
I'm sure that as I start to kind of figure out pro a little bit more, I'm sure I'll kind of start to kind of figure that out a little bit. But I think that overall, 5 minutes. I'm used to going 5 minutes with the guys in the gym. Going hard sparring rounds. So I think that overall it shouldn't be too big of an issue. But if it is, it's not unexpected.
Well, I'm excited for you. So
thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's get the mic kindled so he can introduce our next fight.
And now on to our 10th bout of the evening. Please welcome, making his way to the NFA cage, Dan Harina.
So we got Dan Harina coming to the cage. He's always looking to put on a show.
Yes, sir.
He has fun with it. He likes to have fun with it online, hype it up.
Oh, yeah.
The last few fights, he's been really looking at himself as an underdog here, and that kind of gives him that chip on his shoulder. So he trains out of St. Charles MMA West, and he's got a good amount of experience over Noah. He's listed at 5-2. Says he's going to use his experience to fight smart, set up and use his power to gain respect from his younger opponent, push the pace and pressure him the whole fight. Now, when Dan does not mind getting in a phone booth and slugging it out. And Jackson, you've got to train with him a bit?
I have trained with Dan a bit. And you are exactly right.
So
that guy does not care about getting in a phone booth.
So it's safe to say you're going to be a little biased for this one, probably.
I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to be a fair commentator, but you know what? I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to.
Obviously, yeah. So, but we appreciate the honesty.
Of course.
So. But yeah, Dan, he dyed his hair for this fight. He went with the card.
And that was the opponent making his way in the red corner, Noah Zahn.
All right, Noah Zahn from Madhouse MMA and Hannibal Boxing Club. Tall, young, lanky, long. He's almost got a body type similar to you, Jackson, but he's a lot more inexperienced than you. But he did qualify for high school wrestling for state 3 times here, it says. Also, he's one of these young guys that if he just stays in there and gets these experiences against an older guy like here that's got this experience, you grow from it. So I'm excited to see what he does. I have worked with him personally. He had a pretty deceptive jab into a hook setup back then, and he could bring a knee straight up to your chin real quick with that height. So I'll be interested to see how he's going to use his range here against Dan, who's going to be trying to get inside of that.
So you talked about the wrestling, but he's been working on his hands a lot, obviously.
Yep, no wrestling in this fight. We see a shot, something went wrong.
Well, we talk about sometimes like Kindle. We talk about sometimes we like to see those wrestlers take a kickboxing fight for the experience and force them to use their striking.
Well, and they're mentally tough. Wrestlers are the most mentally tough athletes you'll find out there. Especially that's the toughest sport as a kid to grow up with.
Absolutely, the grind of wrestling is just brutal.
You always know you're in for a fight when you fight a wrestler.
Absolutely.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds and an NFA K1 kickboxing bout brought to you tonight by Crunk Energy Drink. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This kickboxer stands 6'1", weight in 213.3 pounds. He holds an amateur K1 record, 5 wins, 2 defeats. Representing St. Charles MMA West and fighting out of O'Fallon, Missouri, Dan the Outsider Harina. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is an American kickboxer standing 6'4", weight in 213.1 pounds. He holds an amateur K1 record, 2 wins, 0 defeats. Representing Madhouse MMA and fighting out of Hannibal, Missouri, Noah Zahn. Your referee, Dwayne Bess.
So Noah Zahn rocking the leg sleeve. That should help.
I'm excited for this one. This one could be fireworks.
I think so.
Dan just looks like a fighter. Throwing the kicks.
This is what Dan wants to do. Back him up, pin him against the cage here.
Exactly. Get him in that phone booth. What
Nice.
we're talking about.
Well, and usually righty lefty, you got power on power.
Yep, it comes down to the foot position battle. Whoever's winning the foot position has the power advantage. Right now, it's Dan.
Yeah, Noah's backing up quite a bit. You do not want to do that in a kickboxing fight.
Nice, good body kick from Noah.
That was good. That was good.
So anytime Dan wins that foot position battle as a southpaw, that uppercut, that 2 is going to land with power.
So Dan came out kind of came out aggressive. He's pulling it back a little bit. Oh, that looked right up the pipe almost.
Potentially has 2 more rounds on top of that.
Good inside leg kick there. Good left. Oh, there we go.
Good
Nice.
hook.
Very nice.
That's that feint he's got. It's very subtle until you stand in front of him, where it looks like it's a straight coming and it's a hook. You can see it coming on tape, but to stand in front of it's different.
Well, before the fight, Dan gave a lot of respect to Noah, saying he knows he's a tough young kid.
There's the mismatch lead problem of kicks to the groin.
Every time.
I thought there was one earlier that was pretty close. That's why but he didn't act like it hit him.
Yeah, Dan didn't flinch. So
that one definitely did. Yeah, he's on his knees praying.
Is that a welt on his side?
Yep, that looks like
it
a
is.
welt.
Yeah, underneath his arm.
Yep.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's pretty nasty.
That is. That's a whole foot right there. Well, again, usually when we see these, like we talked about earlier, sometimes if you have an adrenaline dump when you come out and you get a little break, it sometimes can help you.
Yes.
Not as much for Dan right now because he's hurting and he has the experience. So.
Oh man.
He's a
yeah, he's in a lot of pain.
It's a good kick.
I say he does have a diamond end, doesn't he? Hopefully.
Them are the best, though.
Best in the business.
Think so. Yeah, I think so. My game, yeah, the whole, like, especially in trainings, you usually get hit there quite a bit, unfortunately. But yeah, definitely changed when I switched to a diamond. Yeah, Dan's still hunched over. He gets 5 minutes. He doesn't have to take the whole 5 minutes, but it looks like he might. It looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah. Man. Low in the action. They're just getting started. Boom, it has to stop. We hate to see that.
Well, again, it benefits Noah for more reasons. One, he didn't get hit in the groin, for one. And for two, he is the younger fighter. It gives him a chance maybe if there was a dump or some nerves to calm down.
Very true.
He's just chilling on the cage right now.
Well, and there's some groin strikes that hurt, and then there's some that hurt to the point you want to throw up.
Can't breathe, right? Yeah, when it goes through your body.
Oof. Well, and some people think what he's doing is the best. Some people think getting up and walking kind of helps shake it loose again.
Yeah, I would do little jumps. But I don't know. I don't think anything really.
But Dan also has a broken toe.
Yes.
That was the reason for the catch weight.
Correct. Yeah,
he
that's
still
why.
wanted to fight, and said that the cardio needed for it would be harder. But
yeah, it's hard to cut weight when you can't walk.
Yeah. I mean, you can do a bike and all that stuff, but
yeah, and they didn't come down.
What was it? 10 pounds? Who cares?
You're right. And I was gonna say they didn't come in too heavy. Yeah, it was just 10
These
pounds.
guys are both some big boys. They're ready to.
They are.
Yeah, they're
good.
Same
for
size
Dan. I'm glad he
either
was
way.
able to recover.
Nice. Oh, he's
Dan
coming out
coming
mad.
out guns blazing.
He's coming out mad. I don't blame him.
Noah trying to use that teep. Really good way to maintain range, especially as a longer fighter.
Well, Jax, you talked about it earlier. Dan likes to bang.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Oh, good land.
And he loves taking on guys that people think he's an underdog.
Yeah, he likes to challenge. He likes to challenge himself. He's a real fighter, and like I said, he looks like one.
Yeah, he likes to. He definitely likes that underdog mentality for sure.
He's the guy you see in an alley. You're kind of like, maybe I'll take the street.
Exactly.
Looks like he can fix everything in your house.
Right.
You know?
Classic handyman.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, you got Noah, who's just clean cut, young face.
Interesting first round there. It was a foul, but not one where they took a point away.
Right.
Kind of took the air out of that one.
Yep.
At first, I mean, Dan was kind of stalking him, and he took that kick along the side and left that welt, and then it kind of changed. And Noah was starting to look to score a little bit more, and then that groin shot hit.
Yeah.
So I'm having a hard time scoring that one because
Right.
it was pretty even.
I was with you. I was leaning Dan, but then I was also realized I kind of forgot the first half of the round
Yeah.
because we had that break.
Yep.
I don't exactly remember other than obviously the kick because we saw the markings. But I was about to say I had to give Dan that round, and I paused for a second. I was like, I don't remember the first half of the round.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, the groin shot was the big part of it, that's for sure. Landing good shots, both the guys.
Much different kickboxing match than the last one we had.
Absolutely. These guys are throwing with some intent.
Yeah, these guys are trying to hurt each other. The other guys look like they're point fighting.
Dan looks somewhat recovered, though.
Yeah, he does. Yep. And here he comes.
Yep, coming right back
He
at
loves
him.
that, too, to that switch kick.
Dan really likes to blitz. That's a big thing he likes
They look
to
like a
do.
shin on shin. Those never feel good.
Nope.
Nobody wins that battle.
Nope.
Ooh,
Good shot
nice
to the
body shot. Sounded good at least. But we also know sometimes it's the ones you don't hear that hurt the most.
Oh, went low high. See, he set that 2 up to the body off that last one.
There you go.
Ooh, nice.
Dan pressing up against the cage again.
Dan just stalks too. Dan puts his hands down and just walks at you. That can be intimidating.
Noah's now starting to bully the bully a
when they
little
don't
bit
go
here.
away and they're doing that, that can take a lot of your gas tank out.
Landing
Nice-
hard
nice
shots.
counter back.
I will say Dan hits hard.
Noah
Looking
softballed
like
that one.
Noah's landing some solid punches here.
Oh, liver.
Drops him down the liver
Liver.
shot.
Them body shots, man. You got to feel one to know.
He said he's.
Oh,
He say he's done.
he's done.
No. He just is saying he's okay. Nope, he's out. Yep, that liver shot. So folks at home, when you get hit in the liver, sometimes it shuts your whole body down.
debilitating.
It's brutal. And if you try to come back for it, sometimes you could take like a little flick and you drop back down. So we'll see a replay of that.
And once it's touched, it's soft all over you. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
clean.
That's one of those that it
Perfect
didn't
shot.
matter if it was Dan or anybody else.
No.
Like, when those land like that, especially if you caught him breathing.
Noah knew it too. He hit.
That was a big dig.
And then Noah seen him go down and just walked off like, yeah, that felt good.
That was a good setup and shot there by Noah.
That's one of those when you hit it, vibrates your arm, you're like, yep.
Well, the silver lining for Dan is that's not something you're going to be out for a while. You know, he'll be fine
Yeah, he'll be
tonight,
fine.
tomorrow.
Yep. Did a good job pressing up against the cage, stalking him down. Sometimes just get caught with some body shots.
Well, and holding his composure, as we talked about, Dan looked like a horror film creature coming down with his hands down, walking right at him.
Look at the welts on Dan from what he was hit with.
Yeah, man. No, so that's, again, like I was talking about, like, Dan sounded like he was hitting hard, but clearly Noah was, because those bruises, and sometimes it's the ones you don't hear that hurt the most.
Both guys hit hard. Both guys are game.
You said it, big boys.
Exactly,
You
big
said it.
boys.
So, good sportsmanship there. I love seeing that stuff. We'll get the mic for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Dwayne Best, calls a stop to the fight. 1 minute, 2 seconds into the second round. Declaring your winner by TKO, Noah Zahn.
He looked pretty good. You know, great experience for him, setting up that body shot. The thing is, after you hit one of those, you fall in love with them. You're going to be throwing them in the gym. You're going to be hitting all your teammates with them. You're going to be looking for them in fights.
Final intermission
It's
of
good.
the
He was
night.
setting up
Before we get underway,
the 2 to the body, then he went 2 to the liver high, or 2 to the head high, and then he backed him up against the cage, had him shell up high, and then dug to that body. He knew what he was doing there.
Absolutely. So before we go to our intermission, Jackson, I want to thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Again,
Thank you for having
congratulations
me.
on the pro debut win.
Thank you, sir.
Hopefully we see you in the NFA cage soon.
I hope to be there.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you, guys.
St. Louis, it is my honor to announce in the NFA cage UFC Hall of Famer and 9-time defending UFC welterweight world champion, Matt Hughes.
Real close. I grew up, I started fighting in a promotion just like this. So, folks, if you want to be a part of a promotion, get on a banner, or if you want to help a fighter, sponsor a fighter, because us fighters, if there's level, could use a little extra money. So I thank you all. So if you want a picture or anything, come find me. Thank you all.
St. Louis, put your hands together for Matt Hughes.
How about that, boys? Hall of Famer in the house.
Yeah, that's pretty cool seeing Matt Hughes here. You know, obviously, we all came up watching him. You know,
one of my first favorites. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, he was one of the first dominant, you know, fighters to hold a title and keep defending it. So that's always cool to see him here. You know, especially after his accident and everything like that. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's
you know, and here we got Jacob Wildman Hiley. He's next on the bout here, guys, going against Jacob Fry. This was a fight that we had talked about as, you know, a potential fight of the night. How do you guys feel about Jacob Hiley as we watch these highlights right here?
Obviously, he's a game opponent. He's fighting for the 170 title, the welterweight title. Speaking of Matt Hughes,
yes.
Yeah. So there's a connection there. But no, I mean he's a game opponent. I honestly, if I'm honest with you, I had a hard time matching him for some reason. I can't get people to fight him. So I'm glad Jacob Fry stepped up, who's another, you know, really good talent.
Well, yeah, both these guys 4-0 versus 4-1. I mean, Jordan, when you were asked to fight a guy who was 4-0 as an amateur, how did you feel about it?
Give me it. I want to know.
Exactly.
That's the guy on the list. Do you remember those Spire rankings?
Mm-hmm.
They would come out, and then they would have them all ranked, and you would friend request all of them. And yep, it was Brandon Karcher was it with me. Like me and him, we wanted to fight each other. It just didn't work out because he had food poisoning. But you know, like you want to fight the top guy, especially if your goal is to go pro. You got to run out what you're doing. You know.
Absolutely. And these two guys are going to bring it. So let's throw it up to Mike Kendall, the voice of the NFA, and see what he has to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our feature bout tonight at NFA13. Please welcome, making his way to the cage, Jacob Fry.
Jacob Fry calls himself Dude Descent. He says the keys to his victory this evening are going to be his pressure, his pace that he can keep, and he wants to have misplaced and untimely Imanari rolls. Now, Jordan, I'm going to lean on you for whatever that is, and I'm thinking it's sushi. I'm assuming that's some sort of a weird...
You know when they fall to the ground and grab a leg and try catching a leg entanglement?
Yes, I know what it is, but I'm going to revert to our in-house, extremely handsome, high-level black belt, Jordan Davis.
No more adjectives. We ran out.
I ran out.
But
I ran out.
It's not really something I would do in an MMA fight, so he's probably just joking here. But boxing, wrestling, and he says he's a BJJ blue belt, which there's some blue belts now that, you know, really aren't blue belts if you roll with them. So, yeah. So 4-1. He's got a loss. So, you know, the thing about losses whenever you get out the gate like that is they give you your barometer of what you need to fix. So, kudos to him coming across the state. So I kind of feel like when you're going out of town, you're not supposed to win, but I'm coming to take it anyway in your hometown.
And you say that's not something you see in MMA. Look at Ryan Hall.
Yeah.
That was one thing he was famous for. I mean, if you know it's coming, it's kind of easy to defend it. But if you know it's coming, you're like, what the hell just happened?
Well, and a guy like Ryan Hall, nobody wanted to fight him because he was a boring fighter. He's going to heel hook you. You know? So.
Well, this should be a good fight with Jacob Fry. I can't wait to see what he brings to the cage.
2 Jacobs.
2 Jacobs. Yeah, we're going to have to say the last names. More than me, I'm bad about always saying the first names.
Making his way to the red corner, Jacob Hiley.
Jacob Hiley trains out of a good camp. 4-0. Keys to victory, pace, mix it up, and stay away from his left hand. Now, Hiley can move. He can fight out of both leads. He can set up his shots. He doesn't just duck his head under and dip in. That's not something you want to see when you're on the verge of potentially turning pro after a few more fights. So he's got to win on LFA on an undercard. Won a good fight against Orlandis Henderson in the last show. Orlandis Henderson was an explosive fighter too. So trains out of Smith Pit. A lot of good guys out there. Jake Collier, who was interviewed earlier, Dakota Bush. He's around a bunch of good people and, you know, successful people that can grow you quickly if you follow their direction.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you listen to them, they've been there. They know the path to get there. They've already done the wrongs for you. So as long as you listen to them, you can maybe dodge some of those bullets.
Yes, the price of wisdom is losing your youth. So if you listen to your coaches that have that kind of wisdom, you can grow pretty quickly.
And what we're really hoping for is, so like we talked about, this is a vacated title. Our current champion got injured, couldn't defend the title, so we're hoping the winner of this will take him on and have a big show.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds for the NFA Welterweight Championship. Brought to you tonight by Unrivaled Realty, Brad Carey Realtor. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist, 6 foot tall, weight in 169.9 pounds. Yields an amateur record, 4 wins, 1 defeat. Representing Heartland Boxing and Gracie Humaida, fighting out of Neosho, Missouri, Jacob Dude Decent Fry. His opponent across the NFA cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a freestyle fighter, standing 5'10", weight in 170.5 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 4 wins, 0 defeats. Representing the Smith Pit and fighting out of Cuba, Missouri, Jacob Wildman Hiley. Your referee, Brandon Anderson.
All right, boys, a bit over the rules in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Any final questions from you, Blue? Any final questions from you, Red? Hook them up. Let's do it.
Shorts from back in the day.
The Tudos. Here we go. First title out too.
Both guys throwing some heat.
Yeah.
First thing I noticed is Fry's got a real good defense, real good guard up as he's throwing those jabs.
Oh, nice. Caught him leaning, trying to throw that head kick up there.
And then he answered back with a little paw on the head too.
Nice outside leg kick as Hiley moves over.
Yeah, that was solid, all shin. And you can just tell the level of these two by the way they're moving.
Yeah, as you move up the card, the skill set just definitely gets sharper.
Really good looking. I wouldn't take much more of those. Those are solid, all shin.
No, Fry is definitely looking to target that outside leg.
And with the way Hiley's moving, that could definitely hinder his strategy.
Yeah, that would be the way to attack him and slow him down, is definitely hit his legs.
Oh, both these boys are pretty solid, hard throwers. That was on Hiley's chin, blocked well by the beard.
I like that Fry keeps going down to that body. It's going to end up opening up a few shots up top.
Well, we just saw earlier what can happen with a body shot. So it's not a bad idea. We also saw earlier what can happen with leg kicks, too. Also not a bad idea. So. Oh, that was nice. That little calf kick. And then went high. Jab on the chin.
Good defense by Hiley there with his hand up on that hook.
Woo. Short hook, just missed. Oh.
Wow, nice defense.
Yeah. He had him fooled, but he was able to recover. Going for that
I think the takedown was a little bit of a stunner there.
Oh, looking for Kimura. It's going to be...
Oh, he's
got to step over
it there.
You know what? I'm just going to quit talking to Jordan. You got this.
Yeah. The angle they're at is hard to see, but what he's doing is holding it there. But as Hiley's got his hand in his own shorts there you go.
See, he just did something that I think is very it's forgotten about is just beating up the body on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah, wail on that.
Snatched up a guillotine right there.
Yep. Got to get his hips into him.
Going back for that takedown.
Man, these guys are good.
That was a good defense there.
Well, this is what you want out of a title fight. You know, if the title's on the line, you want to see this kind of level. Sometimes it doesn't go that way, but
10 seconds
this
left.
one is.
It's hard to pick them up when they spread out like that, even if you're grabbing the foot. You want to grab that left leg there, bring it to the other leg, knees in line, and then shoot a double. But as always, you got to watch your neck in those moments.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, he snatched up the guillotine. That was a good first round, guys.
It was pretty even.
That was pretty even, yeah.
It was even. I think I'm going to give it to Hailey
for the takedown,
for the aggression, the takedown, the attempt at a couple submission or that guillotine that was a little bit closer than like the Kimura.
Yeah, I think the guillotine cancels out the Kimura, so I lean towards Hailey because of the takedown.
The takedown could have been the difference maker there. He landed a couple calf kicks back and returned it really good later in the round. Fry landed a few really solid kicks right out the gate. He landed a couple small little calf kicks.
Well, we talked about it the last fight. The ones that you don't hear sometimes hurt more. Those are all shin.
Yeah, the thuds are what's not good.
Yeah, those are all shin. So when you hear the smack, a lot of times it's the foot, which doesn't hurt as bad. They still hurt, but not as bad. The shin's what you don't want to get hit with. There we go, boys, round 2. Welterweight title on the line.
I kind of wish this was 5 rounds.
Yeah, I wish they did that more with amateurs.
Or they used to do 4-minute rounds for title fights for amateurs.
Yeah. Well, state to state, it's inconsistent.
Years ago.
That's the hard part.
Fry's got a really nice jab. I like that. He throws that jab, the right hand comes up for a good defensive guard.
I want to point out when Fry missed that overhand right, he looked right at us. Like, don't say nothing. Oh, there we go. This ate it, though. Hailey ate that. I do like you guys were talking about, I like how he's dropping that body and wailing on it to open up that top game.
If he lands about 3 or 4 of those, what's going to happen is when he starts changing that levels to go for like that body shot, he just comes up top and he's got a clear shot because Hailey will drop his hands, in theory.
Right. Yeah, the body sometimes takes a little bit more wear before they start reacting. So as we get later in the fight, it's going to affect him a lot more. And he's wailing on it.
Ooh, good head kick. He blocked it, but it got through a little bit. Oh! Left hook lands on Hailey.
Looked like he tried for that outside trip. There's been a couple of slips tonight. I wonder what's going on with that.
Must be some olive oil on that mat.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think the canvas is new.
No.
It's in good shape, but I don't think it's new.
Good defense here on the walls. Got that underhook.
Yeah, what I like here is these guys, they're on the cage and they're not being complacent. They're still fighting for a takedown, trying to get off the cage. I like that.
Yeah, these two seem to be very good equals so far.
I really like Hailey's movement.
Yeah.
That's a tough pace to keep, but if you're efficient with it, it's very good. But also, Fry's doing a good job of not getting mesmerized by it. He's cutting him off. He's trying to take the center here, and he's landing shots where he can't.
And Fry seems like he wants that inside game. He wants to be close with those hooks to the body and to the head.
So I'm betting what he's going to try to do is after he throws that right hook to the body, he's going to come back up with a left hook.
Good defense again. Right in front
So
of
you
him.
hear the crowd yelling for that knee to the body.
They got one in there.
Now Fry turns the tables on him. I think Fry looks like he might be a little bit stronger physically than Hailey, but Hailey's got that movement, kind of elusive, kind of squirrely.
Fry's got those beefy legs.
All right.
Ooh.
Semi-checked that.
And there's marks on his calf, too. Yep, there's another one there.
Well, some of the problem with the beefy leg is there's a lot more to hit.
Ooh! Good right hand, left hook combo there. Ooh, that calf kick is starting to make a difference.
There are times Hailey puts that chin in the air, and Fry's starting to find it.
There it was.
Yep.
Right hook low, left hook high.
I'm glad I'm not a judge.
If there's a gun to my head, I'll say it's probably even 1-1, but that's a hard one.
I'm not even going to try.
That was a good round, guys. These are very high-level competitors.
Yeah. Good title fight.
Welterweight championship bout brought to you once again by Unrivaled Realty.
Either one that comes out of this
Brad
will be
Carey,
a good
Realtor.
matchup for Clarkson.
Yes. These guys have more experience, that's for sure.
That's
so
for sure,
there's a lot of work to put in.
Well, that's the problem about being a phenom. When you're young and you're really good, sometimes you meet guys with better experience
Yeah,
and you
well,
move up fast.
You win or level up.
Yep.
Clarkson's a different animal. Jordan, you told me that a long time ago. He's a different animal.
Yeah, like I said, unfortunately, he got hurt, needed some time off. So we're putting this on kind of,
Fry with a nice
vacated
left
title.
hook.
Hopefully the winner will get a shot at Clarkson. We can see, who the champ is.
Wow.
Here we go, third and final round of this championship fight.
Gonna run out of time, man.
I know.
Here we go.
Oh!
Looked like a slip to me.
Yeah, but it...
Wow,
It's
right
that
back up.
same spot. That's 3 in that spot.
Right back up. Awesome job.
Or shin on
Nice
shin.
check.
If Fry would have gotten on top of him and laid on him, that could have taken the fight. So that was really going to Hiley to stand up like that.
That body again. Hiley, he's nailing that body, but Hiley seems to be taking it fine. Oh, nice. That got past the block.
He's trying to find that kick several times tonight.
Yeah, he tried to bait
wow.
him in. Wow. Oh, we might have a straight leg there. Nope. Those body hammer fists that Adam likes.
But see, now right here, it was a takedown attempt that was defended. Now Jacob Fry is on top. How do you score that?
So since it's defended, he ended up on top. You would technically lean more toward Fry.
I would too, but these judges nowadays.
Well, and again, he's on top. You're putting in the work. He's not being complacent. Hiley does not want to be there, though. We talk about all the time. You do not want to be that close to the cage unless you're using it to walk up.
Nope, and you got to be careful of that body lock because if you turn, you're going to give up your back, kind of like Doug did earlier.
Well, the way it looks like he's trying to pass a little bit.
So the way is his arm too. You got to watch the head and arm. I was about to say the head and arm could be there too.
So right here, if he stands up and he turns, he could give up his back if he's not careful.
Or it doesn't happen often. But you could have a standing head and arm also.
This is a tough position to get out of with that leverage.
Good thing is the cage is kind of blocking the head and arm, so that helps out in Hiley's favor.
Yes. Now he's got double butterflies, and if he can extend him, he might be able to create some space here.
And
Easier said than done.
Right, and we saw he's fast to get up, so if he can get that space, he'll probably pop right back up.
Yeah, but right here, Fry with the ground and pound, he's winning this round.
Yeah, he's that classic body head. He's doing the work.
Hiley, good job.
Hiley
gets
Yep.
up.
But he
Really
has
good
ground
job
he has to make up, in my opinion.
He does. Now, Hiley also was throwing punches on him on the ground. If you're on top and someone's chipping at you with that, that does wear at you. It's annoying.
Nice uppercut. Man, these guys are good.
Look for Hiley to set up another takedown to get that one back.
Fry's corner is going crazy. This is a great fight. These two boys are not disappointing. We talked a lot about Connors and Donovan, but these guys definitely are not disappointing.
Not at all. Very impressed.
Oh, nice.
Nice jab.
Yep.
He wobbled a bit. It could have been just a misstep, though.
It's crazy. One guy will land a shot, and then 3 more come back.
Yeah. They're both tough as hell. Oh, nice body shot again. Oh, nice front kick. Hey, what
that
a
overhand
fight.
left.
Yeah.
Great fight. I'm not even going to try and score that one. Although I do think that ending in the third round definitely probably went to Fry.
I got Fry 2-1. But I'm not paid to judge, so.
Every time I try, I mess it up.
That's that way.
And then people get their feelings hurt and then messes the page.
I'll say this. So that's why I say this, though. Like, I think it's Fry 2-1, but I'm not a judge. And if Hiley wins, I'm not upset because it's such a good fight. So.
This Jacob Fry kid is solid.
Yeah, it's good.
Looks big for the weight class, too.
They gave Hiley a hell of a fight, and that's what Hiley was needing, in my opinion, before, if he's thinking about that next level.
And that's what you want.
The guy behind you says he knows you, wants to say hi.
And that's what Patrick wants, too.
I told him he couldn't come up here unless you said it was okay.
Tell him I'll get with him here in a bit.
Okay.
All right, well, judges got a hard decision to make here.
Yeah, it's, I mean, really could go either way.
Yeah, it could. Absolutely could. It was a great fight. Another one of those, both guys are gonna learn, win or lose.
If I put all 3 rounds together in one round, I would have to lean with Fry because of the when he got on top over there in the corner. But Hiley, he got up, got back to work, you know. So it's just one of those. It's one of those situations where Hiley may have ran out of time, but you just don't know.
It's like taking a while to click those cards if they're thinking. Here we go. Moment of truth. Oh, maybe they're making that anticipation really well.
Yep. I don't envy them for this one.
No, not at all. All right, looks like Mike Kendall might be ready. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Rob Francis scores this bout 29-28 Hiley. Judge Jason Carr scores this bout 29-28 Fry. And Judge Rob Veal scores this bout 29-28 for your winner by split decision and new NFA welterweight champion Jacob Wildman Hiley.
Looks like the judges gave him the first 2 rounds.
Yeah. I said I'm not mad. It was a great fight.
Yeah, super close fight.
Again, a lot of times it depends on the judge's background, as we talked about.
Yeah.
You know,
as we were sitting back there calling it, we didn't know who won. You guys are very, very high level. How did you feel about that fight?
Man, I think I could have put him out. I was landing clean. I just wasn't consistent. I didn't get my hands back up. He's a tough kid too. He ate some big leg kicks.
I personally said I want 2 more rounds. I thought that was a great fight. That so far, fight of the night for me, that was high level, high skill. You got the win. What do you want to have happen next?
Man, wherever it's at, bro. I'm coming every chance I'll get. I'll be back in the gym on Monday. Count me out on it. Like, I'm there every day, bro.
Well, we know this is for the interim championship. Champion sitting at home right now, Clarkson Stith. Very tough guy. I've said it before. He's a different kind of animal. How do you see that matchup going?
He's an athlete, man. We're both athletes. Probably be another one of these, you know? And that's what I'm trying to do every time I get in here. So whatever happens, happens, baby. Sign it up.
Well, I personally can't wait to see it. Jacob Hiley, guys, your new welterweight champion.
well, there it was. That was our first of our 2 title fights. It did not disappoint.
Really good high-level fight there, man.
That was good.
Razor thin. The problem was both guys thought they won because they said Jacob.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I kind of felt bad for whoever wasn't going to get the second word in.
Well, I would like to see the judges' scorecards or even talk to them and say, what did you see in that fight that gave it one way or the other? Because, like we said, the takedown counts. And then you're on top, but also Hiley was on bottom landing shots.
He was working from the bottom, yeah.
Yep,
Well,
and he didn't
we
settle.
talked about, too, we're talking about, like, it can depend on the backgrounds. You know,
Yes.
a lot of times it depends on the judge's backgrounds, ground guy or striker or what kind of martial arts they have. That can sway your opinion.
Absolutely.
So.
But as we get into the next fight, Mike Kendall's going to bring it in.
Nope.
Oh, a little bit of a technical difficulty.
So we have the producers talking in our ear. They're calling it audible for a second. So
I got excited.
Yeah.
These fights are they're something we've needed here in St. Louis for a long time. And usually these NFA shows bring the heat, but today they're bringing it to a different level.
Oh, we've been talking about Connors and Donovan's title fight, and Hiley and Fry said, hold on a second. We got a belt fight too, and they showed us that they were game.
Yeah, and I know we have a couple highlights here of Corey Donovan we're going to show. This will demonstrate the high level that he is and why this is such a great co-main event.
When you guys talked about it, every fight, he gets so much better, and he's gotten better fast. It hasn't been like a slow process. He's hit the ground running, and every fight he looks 10 times better than the fight before.
Oh, absolutely. Corey Donovan is extremely talented. He's got a lot of potential, and I would like to see him take the next level. But in order to do that, he's got to get past one person named Chris Connors.
Absolutely, yeah. Chris Connors, another one that's game 4-0, also undefeated. He's fought some tough competition. You know, we've been talking about Donovan here in NFA for a while, and Connor's like, well, hold on now. Well, what about me? And so we reached out. Connor said he's game. Donovan said he's game. It's supposed to happen last fight. Donovan got hurt, so we had to delay it to this fight, which I think is fine because look where we're at.
Yeah.
You know, it's fitting for a fight like this. So, yeah, here we go. We're about to find out who the 185 champ is.
And now, the one thing I do want to point out is both these guys are undefeated. Both guys have 100% finish rate. So that's going to be an exciting fight. And I think the only thing left to do, guys, is throw it up to the man in the cage, Mike Kendall, to bring these guys down.
Oh, nope.
Whether
okay, well, at least, okay, so the truck's talking to us again. So what's going on is here actually in Ballpark Village, Valley Sports Live, they're having some connection issues here. So we're trying to get up for the live crowd so that way they can enjoy all the fun action as well. So,
but what you guys have seen so far tonight, I mean, we've had some great fights. You know, I want to revert back to the heavyweight fight.
Yes, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was real fun.
That was a lot of fun, and that was
Lamont Watson and Toby Chamel.
Lamont Watson.
Yeah.
I like that kid. I was talking to Brad Carey, the owner of NFA. I like that kid. I think he's got a lot of potential. I would like to see him. He said he wants to get down to 200 pounds. Hey, man, stay where you're at.
Or cruiserweight.
Yes, have fun. Start working your way down. But don't try to make that your main goal, because if he wants to do combat sports as his profession or his living, do it where you're comfortable. You look good.
Plus, we also know when you're working hard to lose weight, sometimes you gain muscle too. So,
yeah, solid defense too.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I think we have the issue fixed.
All right.
So Adam,
officially, Michael Kendall, take us away.
Third time's a charm.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the co-main event of the evening. Please welcome, making his way to the NFA cage, Chris Connors.
Guys, like we talked about, Chris Carnage Connors, he says his keys are going to be to stay long. He's a nice, tall, long, lanky fighter. He wants to stay long, control that pace, and he wants to stifle the aggression that he thinks Corey Donovan's going to come with right away. He is 4-0, 3 knockouts, 1 submission. His last fight was most recently a knockout win in kickboxing. So he does what we talked about in competing in every different style of fight, every martial art he can do. And he just tells us that everything has gotten him better. His striking has changed. His wrestling has gotten better. His jiu-jitsu has gotten better. He says, in his words, I'm growing fast and I'm growing as a complete fighter.
I've heard nothing but good things about him, especially from his coaches and the guys I know over there. I was talking to Jimmy Donahue earlier. He goes, this is one of the guys that showed up. He really didn't have a wrestling background, but he took to everything we showed him quickly. And guys like that are scary, and they can go a long way quickly, because whenever they find that they really enjoy the sport and they're in there working, and they're working with a room like that, and a guy that size helping guys like Julius and Jackson get in shape, you got to piggyback off of those. If you got those guys in your gym, they're getting ready for fights, you got to show up and be in that room. And it sounds like he was.
Well, yeah, say when you're a sponge and you're surrounded by killers like that, you become a killer. That's just how it is.
He's a big guy.
He's a big boy, yeah.
And now his opponent making his way to the NFA cage, Corey Donovan.
And Corey Donovan brought the crowd with him tonight. Training out of Absolute Martial Arts, he's 3-0. Got 2 KOs, 1 submission. Keys to victory, he says heart, willpower, discipline. Now, Corey fights with purpose. He comes in and it's like something else takes over. He's been confident, he's been walking around your pace, and I've seen him here today. He is focused. And his 3 fights he's had here have all been really good. Like the first one went 3 rounds, so he's got that kind of experience, and he finished it right at the end against Doug Anderson. So he's fought a teammate of Chris Connors as well. I'm very excited for this fight.
Well, yeah, so the graphics show 2-0, but you're right, he's 3-0. So. And he's always, like we said, he gets better every fight. He's always game. Both of these guys, honestly, are in tremendous shape. They both look like fighters. And to go back on what we were talking about with Chris, the last guy he did beat is an ex-NFA champion. So, like I said, both these guys have had tough competition, and they both have powered through it. So, there we go. We got the graphic updated. But yeah, so interesting. They both have finishes. So if this goes deep, it's going to be interesting how they react.
This would be a fun fight. Another one that I would like to be 5 rounds. I know Corey's last fight, he won within the last 3 seconds of the final round. That's fun. I'm sorry, that was his first fight. So he's known for having some excitement down to the wire.
Well, we said right then, we didn't know who he was, but he let us know really quick.
And these could be 2 guys that we see face off a couple times.
Yeah.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the co-main event of the evening, scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds for the NFA Middleweight Championship. Brought to you tonight by Halsey Roofing. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This striker stands 6'1", weight in 184.3 pounds. Yields an amateur record, 4 wins, 0 defeats. Representing St. Charles MMA and fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, he is Chris Carnage Connors. His opponent across the NFA cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a freestyle fighter standing 6'1", weight in 185 pounds. Yields an amateur record, 3 wins, 0 defeats. Representing Absolute Martial Arts and fighting out of South City, St. Louis, Missouri, here is Corey, the pride of the South Side, Donovan. Your referee in charge of the action, Nemesis.
All right, guys, bend over the rules in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Any final questions from you, Blue? Any final questions from you, Red? All right, touch them. If you'd like, step back. Let's do this.
That they, like I said, they both, like you said, they both have 100% finish rate. So I'm curious, will this go the distance or will it be quick?
Nice jab right out the gates. Corey Donovan just slamming him into the cage.
Of course, I didn't like that tackle.
But this is what Chris said. He's got to handle that beginning barrage right away.
Take down the
and he's just defending.
Went for a little sweep there.
He's got an arm in guillotine, it looks like.
Yeah,
just using it for control, like a chin strap almost.
It's almost a gator roll.
Woo!
Oh! That was another quick stoppage, man. That was another quick stoppage.
Wow.
Come on. That's
Dude.
3. We all got robbed from a good show.
They absolutely got robbed.
God bless. Oh, my goodness.
Let's check out this replay real quick and see what just happened. So he did drop him. Well, we'll say that. But Corey instantly was coming up.
Yeah, right away.
So watch. We'll see this big shot land. Boom. Big shot. He's down, but he's up.
But then he's
right.
I almost feel like it was one of those where the ref already made his decision and he just couldn't stop it.
He stopped every fight early tonight. I would not be against him either getting some more training or just not coming back. That's frustrating.
Yeah, he robbed us from it.
That's frustrating.
This was, like we said, we all talked about, we were hyping this fight up, and he robbed us of it, in my opinion.
Now, who's to say, again, I've said this before, another 10 seconds of Chris Connors hitting you in the head.
It might, you don't know.
Same thing may happen,
Yeah.
but it's got to be a little bit more definitive.
I do want to pull it back a bit. Congratulations, Chris Connors. Not his fault. He did what he needed to do. This is unfortunately, in our opinion, the ref stopped that way too quick.
Run it back.
Run it back, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nice nod on Donovan's head, though.
Oh, no, he was cracked for sure.
There we go, yeah. Good sportsmanship by Donovan. He knows it ain't his fault. That's a shame. That sucks the air out of the room, too.
Yep.
Fans are upset, we're upset. We're going to shoot up the Kindle for a decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Brandon Anderson, called the stop to this fight in just 30 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by TKO and new NFA middleweight champion, Chris Carnage Connors.
I'm here with your winner, Chris Connors. Chris, great win, first round win. How do you feel?
I feel amazing, man. Thank you all. I was so nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I invited so many people out here to come support me, and I thank you so much. I thank Father God. I thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and I thank everyone that came out here to support me, and even the booers. Thank you guys, too. I appreciate y'all.
Well, here's the thing. In the fight, you hit him with a big shot, dropped him. We thought it was over, but he did pop back up and was kind of driving into you. Do you think the fight was stopped correctly or a little bit early?
I don't know. He was driving into me, and I kept driving into him. So, I mean, what happened, happened. I had to replay it, obviously, but...
So what we saw, it was an early stoppage, but what I did say, hold on, another 10 seconds would not have changed. I don't think would have changed that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I agree. I mean, I was laying into him.
100%. But big win, massive win. What do you think is next?
I'm going to defend, of course. Let's go, baby. And honor the pros.
All right, well, you're one of the most talented guys we've seen here in the NFA cage. It was an honor to call that fight, and hopefully we see you again in here soon. Chris Connors, everybody.
Make sure you know you got Tyree for the next show, too. Him and Malachi.
So, yeah, I mean, again, I want to point out, not Chris's fault. He did what he needed to do. He's the new champion, rightfully so. We do think we were robbed from some more action. Again, though, not his fault. He should be happy.
He created the biggest moment in the fight.
Right, absolutely. He was winning, obviously. So yeah.
And like I said, what would have happened with 10 more seconds of that?
We don't know.
Right?
Yeah, he might not changed anything. So.
Exactly. Well, Chris Connors, great win. The kid's good.
Yeah,
the kid is really good. Everything you were told, I think he backed it up.
Yeah, I agree. He changed the hype to fact. So, well, now to our main event. We have a pro lightweight 155. Ontario Gladney against Michael Banks. Originally, Irfan was supposed to fight Ontario. Irfan hurt his back another last minute, and Michael Banks actually reached out and said, I'll take it. So props to Banks, and I mean, they both came in exactly 155, as Bob pros usually do. They're both 1-1. So we should see some fireworks in that as well.
Yeah, and what you're going to notice a little bit different is those knees and elbows are going to be legal. So this, I expect to see those tools utilized, and I think this will be a great fight.
And you get the 5 minutes as well.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached that time. St. Louis, are you ready for the main event of the evening? Making his way now to the NFA cage, Ontario Gladney.
Ontario Gladney making that slow walk for the main event here at NFA. 5'11", 155. That's kind of tall for that weight class. What we've said is he's 1-1. His keys to victory tonight are going to be keeping his hands up. He needs to stay focused. And on the flip side, he needs to drop them bombs. Those are his words, not mine. I think he's going to come out trying to look for a quick finish to end this night. Again, he was supposed to fight your friend. He's been training. He's ready to go. But Jordan, you alluded to it earlier. If you're in a gym with every day with teammates that are fighting, you're not taking a short notice fight. You're just, okay, I'll go up.
Yeah, especially if you're 1-on-1. You're not going to jump to something that you don't think you're not ready for. So, and that's what he's going to run into here with Michael Banks. So I expect these guys are long and lanky for this fight. For this weight class. They're athletic. Both at 1-on-1. At the end of the night, someone's getting a 2 in front of that one.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and what he says is going to be different between him and his opponent is his power, his explosiveness, things like that. And you can look at him physically. He looks like an explosive guy. That's the kind of guy that can end the fight in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, kind of just like how that flyweight fight was earlier. Over quickly.
Absolutely. Now Mike Ken will bring in the other half of our main event.
And now his opponent making his way to the red corner, Michael Banks.
All right, here we are with Michael Banks, getting ready to make the walk down here. What stands out to me is his height, 6'2". Striker, he's out of Body Fit, Kansas City. Says the key to the victory is just to stay calm like a bomb, which means like Rudy Bears. I guess that's his coach, teammate, trainer over there. He says his ground game is much better than the last time he's fought. He's got notable experience fighting for FAC out in Kansas City. And he says, what do you bring to the fight that your opponent can't match? And he just said me.
Yeah, and that is
he just said me, which is a good mindset to have.
It absolutely is, but I want to also put out the fact he's correct. He is correct, unless his opponent gave him a ride.
Well, for those that watched the weigh-ins, he was calm there as well. He had fun with it, so it looks like he enjoys what he does, which is always the plus that you guys talked about earlier. Sometimes it's hard if you don't enjoy this. Actually, all the time it's hard.
Well, I look forward to that long, lanky reach, see what he's going to bring. 6'2" to 5'11", but he's definitely built long and lanky.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event of the evening. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the NFA lightweight division. Brought to you tonight by the United States Marine Corps. And now, for all those watching around the world tonight at NemesisFightingAlliance.com pay-per-view, and for those here in attendance in St. Louis, Missouri, are you ready for war? Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5'11", weight in 155 pounds. He holds a professional record, 1 win, 1 defeat. That win coming by way of knockout. Representing Tupelo Jiu-Jitsu Academy and fighting out of Tupelo, Mississippi, Ontario, the Undercard Gladney. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a striker standing 6'2", weight in 155 pounds. He holds a professional record, 1 win, 1 defeat. That win coming by way of submission. Representing Body Fit KC and fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri, Michael Slim Reaper Banks. Your referee for the main event, the Dwayne Bess.
All right, gentlemen, we discussed everything in the locker room. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. Do you have any questions for me? Touch gloves if you want to. Let's get it.
Here we go, boys. Main event.
Here we go, main event. Yeah,
right away you see.
They'll say the length difference. You can definitely tell.
Well, orthodox versus southpaw.
Even that,
ooh,
that power.
big right hand.
Yeah, came right out.
Nice takedown.
Good top.
Gladney's about to pass into mount, full mount.
Yep, got the grapevines in too.
Oh, he's
got to
trying.
get them shoulder blades.
He's just got to stay calm.
If he's not careful, he can end up giving up his back.
There's an armbar right there.
He does have an armbar.
Mm-hmm. It's screaming. Oh, there.
There's that reversal.
Yeah, almost had a
Wow,
reversal.
really?
Back to their
Got back
feet.
up.
That was kind of weird. Unorthodox.
See, in that position, you kind of got to kill the scramble there. Get the shoulder blades to the mat. Cook them a bit.
He's trying for that leg sweep. Good defense so far. I would like to see Banks get a little more pressure with his head. There we go. A little bit of stalling out on the cage a bit. That's some of the hard part is like, this can be boring, but it's some of the most tedious work you do.
Oh, yeah.
There's those knees.
Yeah,
ooh, right to the chest.
Oh, he went down.
That hurt.
Yeah.
Let's give him a chance to work, though.
Yep.
Yeah, Gladney landing some bombs here.
The difference in the two refs right here.
As he said, drop them bombs.
Yep.
Yeah, but Dwayne Best is right on top of it because you have to intelligently defend yourself.
Absolutely. They give pros usually a little more leniency than
yeah, and as you can see, nothing's really landing.
Still, he's got to do something here. He's got to look to turn, try and get a half guard. It's not like he's holding anything that's keeping him there other than that wrist.
Yeah, it looks like Dwayne's getting in there saying you're going to have to do something. Yep.
Yep.
Very anticlimactic.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you're not fighting back, what are you going to do?
Absolutely. That was the thing. It was about 25 unanswered shots. Granted, they didn't land. They weren't solid. Nothing hurt. But that's kind of what happens.
Yeah.
The hype after these fights tonight is something else, ain't it?
Yeah, they've all come in hyped up. Well, again, Michael Banks came in short notice. But
yeah, and I mean, what else can you ask for? He came in, attempted for a few scrambles, and then that power and explosion that just kind of overwhelmed him.
That knee to the gut just.
Yeah, I think that knee right to the body is what took the fight.
Yeah, took it right
was
out.
done.
Well, and as you are holding him down, as you let him up to throw that knee, most people take a breath. And when that knee lands, you knock the wind out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now we wait for our official word.
And there's only one person that can bring that in, so Michael Kendall, that's on you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, the Dwayne Best, calls the stop of the fight. 2 minutes, 23 seconds of the very first round, declaring a winner by TKO, Ontario, the undercard, Gladney.
Well, guys, there's your winner of the main event, Ontario Gladney. I have to say that ended a great night of fights.
Absolutely, yeah. Great card.
Yeah.
Everybody showed up.
It delivered. It delivered. And the two title fights, one wish would have gone a little bit longer, but the one before that showed really good skill.
Riley and Fry, that's a great fight.
Absolutely. I have to say, first night here at Ballpark Village, I'd like to come back. This was a great atmosphere, sold out crowd.
Amazing.
Place was packed, top to bottom, left to right. I don't think we could ask for anything more.
No, it was a good crowd. Very good crowd. Especially, they got real animated with the heavyweight fight earlier in the night, too.
Yeah, 100%. So, looks like we're going to shoot it back up to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending tonight's event, our first event right here at Ballpark Village. NFA will be returning for NFA13 on April 29th. Get your tickets at NemesisFightingAlliance.com. Make sure you guys go to all the social media outlets, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and follow Nemesis Fighting Alliance for up-to-date developments in what's coming up in the future. Thank you guys very much. We're partying upstairs. Let's go.
Well, fight fans, from Jordan Dowdy, Adam Sella, and myself, thank you for watching us, and we'll catch you next time.